legendary, even in hell.
What's up, you magnificent maniacs, and welcome to that tremendously gentle, terrific Tuesday thing we do. TOPicLESS. And with me, as always, my homie, my friend, Mr. Jason Bascom of Unhinged Entertainment. What's going on, brother? How you?
There's a lot of T's.
Yes, I'm quite a big fan of the alliteration.
You like illiteracy.
I do
You
indeed.
like it when
I'm
people
quite
are illiterate.
I am the fan of the alliteration.
You like illiterate people.
Yeah, you know, get them to read a book. You know, maybe we'll make them literate.
They
Who
can't.
knows?
They're illiterate.
Well, you know, maybe we can encourage them to become literate. We'll see. Maybe.
They should just look at the pretty pictures.
Well, I mean, they can do that too, because you know, comic books.
Comic books, everybody.
That's the beautiful thing about comics is that you know, you can look at the pretty pictures.
I got a comic book.
Yeah, I got a comic book as well. I got a comic book from some dude I know. Oh shit! Is that a Bisley cover?
Bisley cover.
Nice.
He's homaging himself, of course.
Of course,
Simon can
because he's Bisley.
You got a nice Shelby Robertson homage.
Oh shit!
Homage. Shelby.
Homage.
Homage. Yeah. Good
Homage.
stuff. Phil puts out good products with great artists. So, yeah, you get back Phil knowing you're going to get good stuff.
Good looking comic.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about these, though, you could put them in you can't put a backing board in these. I don't like that. I like my. You got
to get one of the bigger bags for it. You got to get one of the thick boys.
You have to get like a silver or a golden age, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you want to put a backing board in it, yeah, you gotta get at least a silver age or more than likely a golden
silver
age.
Age doesn't work. I have silver.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Silver age does not work with these. But even when he shipped it, like it was bagged, but it was secured. It was in the package nicely. Like there was no damage. But yeah, there's I guess you would have to go golden. I'm not about to buy 100 golden age bags and boards for one comic. So
right. Shelby says slab it. No need for a bag.
Oh, smart man, Shelby. I'll just I'll pay the $50 it costs the slab books. I don't even know if they can slab it though. It's so thick. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that'd have to be a thick slab. That's for sure.
That's a thick slab, Schlebby.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thick.
I don't know. It's trade paperback. It goes up on the shelf, right?
Really dope. Really dope. And yeah, Shelby, you killed it. But yeah, everybody, you get back Phil knowing you're gonna get good stuff. Good stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what I got on lately. I think I showed off Jawbone Death last time.
Yeah, see, I got my Jawbone Death as well. I'm gonna reach out to Adam and Jason.
I honestly think it's Krager's best stuff.
Oh, Krager just keeps getting better, man. He just keeps continually upping his game.
What I like about Krager is he can switch up his style. So like you can have the Kill Journal stuff, and that's like a more fine tuned tight style. The Jawbone Death stuff it's grittier. It's more it's kind of way Shackian.
It's got a little bit of Daniel Warren Johnson in it as well.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then you also have his Hammer stuff, which is pretty much Krager.
Oh man, I love Hammer. That book is so good. It's a beautiful book.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. But we got a chat. Let's go ahead and say hi to the chat. I got a jump in chat. Haldir, what's up, Haldir? Hail, welcome. Shelby says, "Let's go." Hey, there's a Jimmy. He says, "Hola, dudes." Hola, Jimmy. Good to see you, man.
Plagle wasn't here for that, Shelby. Plagle does not like the phrase "let's go," unless it's going somewhere.
I mean, okay.
To a destination. Otherwise,
there was a Rancid album called "Let's Go."
Yeah, but maybe they were going to
a destination.
Ray? What's up, Ray? Let's see.
I mean, or let's go with an album. I mean,
Yeah, but that means he doesn't like just let's go. Like
just a generic let's go. No,
like
none of that. None of that excitement shit.
He'll be having none of that.
Right. None of that whatsoever. I got you.
You're live.
Oh, hey. Good job, YouTube. Thank you. There's my lady. Skull, beautiful. Absolutely great show today on the Happy Hour Hangout.
Nice. Nice.
I think I maybe got 5. I don't know.
Oh.
I not my best score, but definitely not my worst either.
No, I think your high is 7, so that's actually
pretty
good. Still failing. 5 is out of 10.
Hey, whatever. I'm learning something.
Yeah, well, that's what's important. Like, and I was listening while you guys were live. I was listening to Rogan talk to a dude about mushrooms, so that was fun.
Nice. Yeah. Always, mushrooms are great, man. I'm a big fan of the mushrooms.
Well, they were talking, medicinal and psychedelic. They were talking both of them, and I, for one, would.
I am a fan of all the mushrooms.
I wouldn't mind partaking, but I'm not allowed.
Hey, sometimes you got to squeegee that third eye, man.
Oh,
gotta clear the cobwebs out.
Been pried open several times, my friend, and without any kind of narcotics.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes you can do that. Every now and then you need a little substance to help. What's up, Adam Kember? Welcome.
Adam.
Good to see you. Shelby says I'm home early for once and no link. There will be a link.
Send him the link. That's it. It's the Shelby Show, everybody. It's the Shelby Show. Just send Shelby the link. That's it. Kick both of us. Shelby, come in.
Yep. Okay. I mean, hey, maybe
no.
Shelby?
He gets the weight.
Notice how he looks right at the camera. He's talking directly to you, Shelby.
You. Wait.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Hockey, what's going on, man? Good morning to you as well.
Hello,
had a lot of fun last night talking with Hockey on new book Who Dis, and afterwards it was it was a good stream. Really good conversation, man. I am super excited for Hockey and the success that he's had on the Emporium and the dress.
He's
Everybody
doing
go
really
check that out. Yeah,
absolutely. Mike could drop that.
Let's see. Indeed. Adam Kember says DeathMetalHero is the king of alliteration. Wait, Lucas Skeletor? Yeah. I don't like being good. I like being evil. Yeah.
I also got this.
Oh, that's cool. That's Thin Cecil. That's not Fat Cecil. That's Thin Cecil.
It's Thin Cecil, but it's so stupid. It's just his face. I like doing that though. I like wearing shirts that are just so obscure. Nobody has any idea what they are. It's great. It's fantastic.
I got my Jawbone Death shirt as well. It's in the indie package. I am so looking forward to being able to throw that on.
Get that? I never got it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be taking that with me to Heroes Con and wearing that. You better believe that.
Nice.
Let's see. Zayd Bros know what people want. Sometimes they even give them what they want. Hey, that's you gotta work with the people. Got to give the people what they want.
Right.
Wayshakian. That is the new hashtag.
Wayshakian.
Oh, I apparently got 6. Hell yeah! Awesome.
Hey, nice.
Thank you, baby.
Nice.
Almost she keeps track. Almost.
Oh, she does. She writes it down. Cheats.
Mm-hmm. What's up, K-pop? She says, "Sup, nerds.
K-pop.
Welcome."
K-pop. Good to see you.
What's up, Miss Good Stuff? She says, "Hello. I'm here for the punch and pie."
There will be punch and pie.
Absolutely, sure. This is news to me, but yeah, sure.
No, at my house.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's at my house, but there will be punch and pie. Yeah.
Okay, well there you go. So everybody, show up at Jason's house for the punch and the pie.
Well, I know Rick Saylor and Mark Pengrin can make it, so I don't know
within driving distance.
I don't know if anybody else will make it in time. Maybe Wolverine.
What's up, Plagle?
Plagle,
good to see you, sir.
Let's go, Plagle. Let's go.
Let's go. Apparently you're not a fan of that. I didn't realize.
I don't like it.
What's up, Oliver? Yo, good to see you, sir.
5, 6.
Oh shit, what's up, Jimmy? How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Welcome, sir.
I thought I told you not to send Shelby the link.
This is the better Shelby. This is
there are
Rob
two
Liefeld?
Shelbys.
Rob Liefeld
this is the Shelby with a talent.
I didn't know Rob Liefeld was here.
No, so how's it going, man? I'm sorry I haven't been around much for everybody. I know people have been kind of like, "Where's Jimmy?" But
That's all good, man. Getting your book done.
Yeah,
At least that's what I'm assuming you're doing. Hey,
No,
you're most
yeah.
welcome, Hockey. Had a blast, man.
I just assumed that you just really didn't want to do it anymore, Jimmy. Just assumed you didn't want to do it anymore. Even though we
Can't
send you
do
the
it no
links
more, guys.
every single
I
time.
can't. No,
Right? Jimmy hath forsaken us. It's okay.
No, I just I'm so close to finishing the book now that I'm trying to cut back on some things, and I know Devil Flyer has been trying to get a hold of me, and I've gotten like tons of people going, "Hey, can I get on your new show? I want to show my book." And I'm like, right now it's I mean, I'm just starting that show, and I'm spending every minute I got, to work on my book. But I don't know about you guys. Like right before that show on Sundays, I'm hustling, man, to get topics and get stuff going. And
This is why we don't do topics on this show.
Yeah, we don't have. That's why
we just roll with it. Yeah, it's just whatever the conversation pops up. That's right.
like
exactly
this.
why,
This is-
Jimmy.
this
That's
is-
exactly why the format is that way.
Much
I
more
like
relaxing.
This, man. And I'm going to host again. I promise. I'm going to be hosting again. Topicless. It's going to be on my channel. I'm almost done. It's just right now, if I host, then I don't get any work done. But if you host, if you're hosting, I can work through it. So.
No, I know how that goes. Shelby says he'll be back in a minute. He's being sent to go get some authentic Mexican food, which is, of course, Taco Bell.
Send Shelby the link.
He's crossing
Absolutely,
the border.
right now. Yeah, he's crossing the border to go get that authentic Mexican stuff. Don't be offended, Oliver.
It's not authentic if you don't get diarrhea.
Well, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Even
Well, don't drink the water.
all he's got to do is go to a local Home Depot. He lives in Arizona.
Right.
Oh, he's in Arizona?
What's up, Devil Flyer?
Wow, I know
Yeah.
so many people there.
Yeah.
Hey, good stuff. What's up, man? Yo.
Stuff.
Good to see you, sir.
Look at this. What I got?
Let's see. Scrolling.
All right, headphones are falling apart on me.
Let's see.
You need new headphones.
I do, man. It's like headphones are expensive.
Dude, I've had these.
They can be.
These were like $50
I mean,
and I've had these
the
for
ones I
like
want.
8 years. Like, and
Are you serious?
they're pretty good. Yeah, dude, I've had these forever.
I
and
paid the same price.
Hey, what's up, Chimera?
What's up,
Good to see you, man.
I paid the same price for mine, $50, but how long? 6 months, I think. I don't.
No, yeah, dude. These are Sony's. I've had them for years, and I drop them and
you got it before.
I don't know how you guys do the over-the-ear headphones, man. I can't do it. I like the earbuds because that whole pressing on my ears, like I can't do it.
You prefer the penetrated eardrum.
They're literally just sitting comfortably right there.
They're over the ear, but not in, right?
What are you talking about, me?
Luke.
Yeah, they're just gently setting in.
They're still in
cup
here
right here.
Yeah. No,
because you used to be on stage, like on stage, musicians. You guys can do that.
Well, not only that, they have the thing in their ear. For
We got
in-ear
baby
monitors.
ears.
Yeah,
we got
monitors
baby
plus
ears.
earplugs.
Uh-huh.
Not only, I have earbuds
What up,
for
Stippler?
work. What's up, Vaughn? I have earbuds for work, but these don't squeeze my head. Like, they rest nicely over it. Like, they're not like beats.
Well, that's
where they're
good.
Just, like suctioning into my head. Like, these rest nicely over my. I love these headphones.
Plus, Luke's a giant, man. Those earbuds, they're tiny.
I mean,
they're like little M&Ms to him, but for us,
this
with
true.
our baby little ears, we're under 5'5", so I mean, we got baby ears.
No, you're under 5'5". I'm 5'6", Jimmy.
I'm almost under 5 foot.
Yeah. So they just sit comfortably. I can't do the whole thing. Maybe it's just because I don't get the big enough ones or whatever. But it always just feels like it's crushing my head.
No, I have Beats and they feel like they're crushing my skull. They do. But, these don't. These rest nicely over. I just slip them on and off like with no problem at all. Like I love these. They're great.
Hockey says you heard it here. Jimmy's going to host again. I can't wait for 2031. Oh,
That checks out.
throwing shade from down under.
How dare you? It's going to be 2030.
Right?
I'm gonna
a year
I'm gonna
before.
show you
Yep.
up. That's right.
K-pop.
Right? Needs a drive-through stream. Don't forget the Baja Blast. Oh,
K-pop was gonna go
so glad.
live.
Taco
I think
Bell.
it-
Meh.
I think
That's right,
it was
Oliver.
I think it was last night or the day before K-pop was gonna go live. I waited for like 6 hours. Said waiting on K-pop, and I was like, I'm waiting on K-pop. Nothing. Bupkiss let me down.
Oh.
K-pop. How could
What's
you?
up, Fanta? welcome.
Fanta,
Good to see you.
I love Fanta.
We got,
Fanta comments on every single one of my videos. She's
Immortal Rising. What's up, Aaron?
Fanta used to come around my channel, but since we haven't had TOPicLESS on it over there, I think she's protesting my channel.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I mean, you know, shit happens.
Jimmy, she comes for the eye candy, okay? That's why she doesn't.
She shows up for Jason, clearly.
She wants a big Viking. That's what she wants. And she's like, I don't want you little guys.
Man, a dwarven, berserker.
We should want Frodo and Sam, you know? She wants the wizard, you know?
K-Pop says Jason's head is massive. How did he find phones to fit it? Ow, damn. Good Stuff says, I have Sony headphones according to what it says on the headphones themselves. When plugged into the comp, it says Realtek headphones. Where'd you get them from? Did you get them from AliExpress? Because that might explain it.
Well, the Realtek's part of the driver.
I was gonna say this. It's the driver because mine say that too, and these I got at Best Buy. So these are Sony headphones, but it's the driver's Realtek software. So that's what it is.
I'm caught up.
Nice.
K-Pop says, sorry, Jason, I'll make it up to you by waiting in your stream. There you go.
There you go.
Miss Good Stuff is secretly recording this. Of course. You know, YouTube is secretly recording this as well, Miss Good Stuff. And Fanta says, I've been to your channel, Jimmy, you silly. Well, there you go. You've been told, Jimmy.
Well, I
You've been told.
She hasn't been around in a while. I'm like, what's going on, Fanta? I miss my Fanta.
Jimmy, it helps to read the chat and not just totally ignore it.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
Oh,
all right, so I'm going to go ahead and open this because it's from our boy Jason here, and if you haven't,
Jason Black,
yes, totally. If you haven't gone and backed One Stormy Night, the link is in the description of this video.
Closes down completely on Saturday, so back it while you can. Which I probably
can.
I probably should have closed it Friday, but it's going to be on Saturday.
I haven't gotten my review copy. I was like, where's my press copy so I can?
Oh, you got to actually work on the product to get a comp copy. There, Jimmy. Yeah.
He doesn't do this whole press thing.
No. Shelby got comp copies. You get nothing, Jimmy. Good day, sir.
You get nothing, and you'll like it.
Oi.
That's right. You got to back it to get it.
Yeah, you got to back it to get it.
It's I've had a few people say it's a little tough to follow in some spots, but they love the artwork. So at least they love the artwork, and that is good.
It's the one without words, right? You went.
Yeah.
Kayla
got it. She followed it fine. She said, I've had a couple people be like, I didn't know what's happening here because the art is because my style is so messy. But they get it after a bit. But
right.
Yeah.
Could you follow it while you were drawing it? That's the question.
Oh, I made everything up and just hoped it made sense, Jimmy. I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah. I was just like, this looks pretty.
Like 1 minute.
Comics creation on the fly. Don't need no stinking script.
Well, see, this is what happens. I
want to show how awesome that fucking card turned out. Like,
Shelby's guy.
Look at that.
Did that. Yeah, Shelby's recommendation.
Man, that turned out sweet.
Dude, metal?
Yeah, it's metal.
And that is that's a thick boy card too.
If you signed up on the mailing list, which I did resend out, and back through the secret perk, you get the metal trading card. So.
Wow!
Hell yeah, that is a badass card, dude.
Shelby Robertson's guy, his metal guy, did those. They're really good. Can't remember the name of the company.
There it is. One Stormy Night, 2 badass covers. Had to get both of them. And, $14 gets you both of the covers. How can you miss? Can't pass that up. Up.
Well, I don't know why you bother. That's before shipping.
Yeah. And then thank you for these, dude.
You're welcome.
The sketch covers, man. I appreciate the hell out of that.
Yep. You're welcome.
Hell yeah. Let's go ahead. We'll do a quick little what's in the box here, just so I can show you the quality that you can get.
Sketch covers are not available on the campaign. I'm playing favorites.
Look at this, dude. I like that cover.
Thanks,
man. Feeling of that.
Yeah, it's 80-pound satin.
Dude, that turned out real nice.
Yeah, it's good stock. It's good stock. I did a test proof with 100-pound, and it was just too much. So I went 80.
Too thick.
It went.
Dude, this turned out great.
Thanks.
This feels the book feels good in hand, man.
Fun little project while you're waiting on a colorist. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love it, dude. I love black and white I mean, I have, a matter of fact, shoot, look at this right next to me. I keep I got the Marks of SG1 black and white.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I didn't even know this existed until Shelby was like, hey, there's a black and white version out.
Yeah.
Vertical panels. There are not enough vertical panels in comics these days.
Dude,
I love
is
that
a
shit, man.
Great layout.
I have a couple
Yeah.
more. I have a couple more pages of
That
vertical
is
panels.
great.
I love
Hell
vertical
yeah.
panels. They're fun.
Not even
That's what
that.
I was doing with this, though. I was playing with layouts and just lighting and
Look at that
you know,
page.
stuff like that.
Wow.
Just showing you stuff that I remember being on the campaign page that you can see. Because if you want to see the rest of it, you're going to have to go back to the book. It is still available. Grab it while
Still
you
available.
can.
There's still
Yep.
some original art pages left, and you can, if you have the book, you could actually pick which one you want. But I could send you, a little sample of the book you could pick.
And I just want to point out, like this, the printing is so good on this. This actually looks like the ink on the page, like it caught like the depth of the white ink that you were putting down there as the puddle. Like the printing on this book came out really good, dude.
Thanks, man. I'm very
This
happy
is a
with the way it
beautiful
turned
book.
out. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a short campaign. I mainly wanted to get the print run out there. I didn't want to leave it open in demand for months on end and try to, I hope I get more backers. No, I just wanted to
Right.
print the books out because I'm going to have them on Free Comic Book Day, which is Saturday. Like I said, I should have closed Friday, but it's Saturday. I'm still going to have the books for sale at Free Comic Book Day outside my LCS. If you're in the area from 11 to 3, Menor, Ohio, the Great Lakes Mall in Menor, I will be there. So, Comics and
There you
Friends, check it out.
And as you can see, it's going to go right in here with the rest of my absolute
Yeah, that's
books.
the third Absolute book. Yeah.
So
I
there's the
might
first
start-
one.
Yeah.
There's the little ash can, the 2.5 book.
Oh yeah, 2.5. So
And-
it's technically.
And then there's the
fourth
Krager
one.
cover.
Oh, that's the one
So
I have.
yeah. Oh, dude, I love that Krager cover. So yeah,
It's
here's the whole collection.
I'm just missing the Ashcan and the Stormy Night one, I think. I think I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
the other two.
Well, the Ash Can was exclusive on the second campaign. Dan Plagle did an Ash Can for me of a omitted fight scene. So
wow.
it's dude, Plagle crushed it. It's so good.
He did indeed.
He should be drawing the book, but he could. But he's fast enough. He probably
Right.
finished it already. But
So yeah.
that was exclusively on that campaign, and I think I only have 1 or 2 copies of it left. I don't have any left really. So
But yeah, I fucking love this cover, this Krager cover.
Yeah,
he just,
dude,
he,
it's
he
Krager.
crushed it, dude.
you know what's funny?
Yeah.
I am forever grateful to my friends and fellow artists. This is how great they are. They'll draw fan art and they'll be like, "Here you go, use it for whatever you want." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess it's a cover." Or like, "Hey, here's a cover, Jason."
I also
I'm
have
like,
these.
Stop it.
These are also in the spinner rack right next to me,
Nice.
Jimmy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There you
man.
go.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we got support here, man. What a friend.
Hey, I
Hey,
gotta
I got
support
this
my
too.
dudes.
Actually, I had the sketch cover, and Fanta bought it off of me. I did a sketch on it, and Fanta bought it.
Right on.
Oh, no way. Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, dude, I would have bought it. I like your style. I got to get you to do something for Dragon Rage, man. I love that gritty, sketchy work that you do.
$7,000, Jimmy.
Oh, that's a deal. Man,
It's a deal.
you're
I know.
giving me-
I'm
you're
on
getting
sale
a
right
discount.
now. I'm on sale.
Right.
Friends and family discount, Jimmy.
No.
Good shipping price for Australian backers. Get it now. Do it.
Yeah,
Do it
yeah.
now.
'Cause hockey is has a print run in Australia. Did a print run in Australia. He's sending them out, so it's the same as it is in the U.S. with the shipping. So
That's the way to do it. That
little
is the way to
experiment
do
we're
it.
trying.
Yeah. Beautiful work, says Miss Good Stuff. Great
you.
book, says Good Stuff. Fanta got both covers. The Good Stuff's got both covers. The metal cards are unbeatable, in Miss Good Stuff's opinion. I agree. Mortal Rising says that Wolverine versus Alien was badass.
Yeah, my
see.
son really loves his Street Fighter, the one that you did for him. He has
Miss
it
Good
up on
Stuff
his
says they
shelf.
didn't get their love note, apparently. Yeah, that turned out good,
Oh
dude.
shit, that's badass. Wow.
Hell yeah, man. You're
Damn,
muted,
that's
by the
badass.
way. I don't know if you knew that.
You did the right thing, Luke. It's always safe to mute Jason.
I didn't do that.
No, I don't know if I unplugged my headphones. Am I still muted?
Oh.
No, now we can hear you.
Okay.
Dude,
no, I
Yeah.
might have some steam coming up. I don't know. So, but it's already sold, kind of.
Oh wow, nice, dude.
Wow.
Congrats.
It is
Thanks.
badass. Speaking of which, we're having a the Kings. I don't know if it's the Kings or it's just Comicsgate. We're having on Ethan's channel this Saturday an art auction. So if you didn't sell it by then, if it's for Comicsgate, you should get on it.
Well, somebody.
Oliver's like $20 confirmed.
No, somebody already
shipping.
sparked interest in it, and I was gonna take it to Free Comic Book Day with me, but I posted that preview for it, and somebody DM'd me. They're like, "That looks really cool. How much is it?" And so I had quoted it, and they're like, "Okay, just give me a bit." I'm like, "All right." So it's technically theirs. So it's
Well, there you go.
Bastards.
K-pop says, "Be like Shelby, draw it and make them use it." There you go. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they can use that.
Well, I mean,
There
if
is
you were
gonna-
if you were trying to submit it to Marvel, I mean, they apparently have all those licenses now.
They do, and there is going to be an Avengers versus Aliens apparently. Like, because after I drew
Interesting.
that, while I was drawing that, somebody asked me, because I didn't know about that, but somebody asked me, "Is that even a thing?" I'm like, "No, but it should be." Like X-Men versus the Aliens, that would be cool. But
yeah, I mean, Wolverine versus Predator. Bat in the
Exactly.
Sun Productions did a little short film of that, and it was awesome.
well, they have the
Wolverine,
comic
of course,
Wolverine
killed the
versus
Predator.
Well, of course. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
have the other way around. But the comic, Jimmy, you read it, right? Alien,
I
Alien
have the whole
versus Predator
series.
versus Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the art. Was
Oh, they actually did a comic of that. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the
it
artwork
like
was pretty good.
6 issues or something.
Something like that, yeah. But I still say that. But the Avengers are apparently going against the aliens, and
Which is stupid.
I don't know. We'll see.
yeah, I'm not a huge Avengers fan. Is the thing.
And Hulk's not going to be available at the time when the
Because he
alien
just
comes.
wreck house too much, I
Yeah.
guess.
They were bringing up some good points in Discord about that. It would be an interesting thing. They were saying if a face hugger could get a hold of Banner before he changes, then it would adapt his DNA and become a Hulk alien hybrid at that point. There was some.
I don't know
good
if I
comment-
believe that.
I was like that too. I'm like, if the theory is correct,
Banner tried to kill himself, and the Hulk spit the bullet out.
that's what he says in the movie. I don't know if it happened
Yeah.
in the comics. So
I
if
mean,
that's
he's
Well,
he's
even in the comics,
Immortal
he's always
Hulk
wanted
now.
to- he always wanted to get rid of Hulk in the
Right.
comic. You know,
he never
didn't want to be
could.
Hulk. Yeah, he
Yeah.
never could.
Yeah.
So yeah, if he could spit out a
see.
bullet, I don't see a face hugger getting to him in time unless, like I said, he's sleeping. But if he's sleeping and a face hugger gets a hold of him, he's going to be under duress, and the Hulk's going to come out. We'll be able to lay the egg in time. There's like there was this. It was Hockey Billy, Plago, and me. We were all talking about it. They brought up some good points. But all Thor has to do though is stand at a distance and kill them all with lightning. You're done.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the dumbest battle ever. So
I agree. I agree. Over and done pretty quickly.
dude, it's
You
like
know?
Justice League versus Godzilla. It's like they have Superman.
Mrs. Good Stuff asked if I was doing pillow talk. Yes.
Yeah, I turned your mic volume up a little bit.
Oh,
too.
thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, when I'm working, I'm drawing. I move the mic, and it's
You
away
have to
from
move the
it.
mic. Yeah, we
Yeah.
It's-
So
yeah.
I'm lettering the comic now.
Nice.
I got a few little things that you can see some of the stuff in non-photo blue where I still got to work a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But actually did this while we were talking. So here's the lettering behind there. Where I-
Oh, there you go. Nice.
And I masked
Very cool, man.
so you can see the birds are part of the art, but I made sure that they came in front of the.
Didn't you
yeah.
recently do a live stream about the lettering?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
showed
so. I
everybody,
thought I saw
how
that.
I do it.
Yeah.
So it's really cool, man. Clip Studio Paint, super easy to letter your own book in it, and you can even make it look hand lettered.
That's what Hockey uses as Clip Studio. I
Clip
believe.
Studio? Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Hockey. Where have I heard that name before? Oh, the guy I blocked. No, I'm just kidding.
Smart
I've
move.
never blocked anybody. But
Hockey.
you should block Hockey. He'll be my first. No, but I'm lettering it now, and then I'm gonna go back and finishing those little things that I got in the panels to finish up, and then the book's ready to go, man. I'm gonna send it out to the printer. And,
Nice.
so yeah, like most of it's inked down here. I just got a few little stuff that I'm still only on like 4 pages. I've got these little things to kind of finish up. Then I've got 2 pages over here that are These are I lettered them, but they still got to be penciled. I mean inked. So I'm pretty much done. Like it's just minor stuff.
Right. Nice.
But I've never lettered before ever, dude.
What's up,
I'm
Rex?
excited, dude, to be learning how to letter.
Yeah, lettering is I didn't like it. Inkspots doesn't like it. We both hate it with a passion. So yeah.
What's up, Ray? Welcome, sir.
What's up, Ray?
Happy belated birthday to you.
It was your belated birthday, Jimmy? Oh, Ray. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, happy belated
I don't
birthday,
know.
sir.
Rex is just singing happy birthday to people. He didn't say
You never know
it
with
looks good,
Rex.
Jimmy.
Jason,
it really does,
you let
dude.
me know your birthday, and I'll sing it to you too.
Happy to know you're not
You-
deaf as well as blind.
They're setting off fireworks again? Why? It doesn't make... Why? I hate everybody.
There are
They irritate
fireworks?
the old man that says, "Get off the lawn."
No, they irritate the dog, and it makes me angry.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Oh, I know my
stupid.
dog's barking right now.
Yeah, because she hears the fireworks.
Jimmy, is that an all caps comic cap you got there? What is that?
Oh yeah, I forgot I wear it. Yeah, I
Okay,
got
there you
all
go.
caps. I wanted to order that. I wanted to order that
Hoodie?
camouflage, dude. That's the one I really wanted.
I haven't
When
even
Ethan
seen
first
that.
started the hats. Yeah, he had it for $35, but I was like, man, I almost pulled the trigger on it. Then when I decided I wanted it, he announces it was
Let me get
sold
more coffee
out.
real
So
quick.
I was
All
like,
right.
That's Murphy's Law in action there.
yeah.
Hey,
Hockey
Rising.
says blocked. I wonder why my life was good. Well, there you go.
Oliver
Now
says
you know.
$20 confirmed on something. Maybe Jimmy's artwork. I don't know.
I think that was the Alien.
was it?
The Alien
Yeah.
versus Wolverine that
Oh,
that
okay.
Jason was
All
holding
right.
up.
Okay.
Yeah, it was badass.
Yeah.
It's good to know Jimmy can get more than $20 for his original digital on paper art. What? I
Yeah.
don't know how that works. Maybe it's AI. Anyway, moving on.
I'm AI.
Wow. Jimmy's entire existence is just AI now. That's
Shaking his head. You're not right. You're down Australia. What do you know?
Rex has moved into the paranoid about everything stage of being an old man. He's everything's AI now, right?
No, I'm just a hater.
Oh, okay.
I
Well, at
mean-
least you can admit it. Admitting it's the first step to recovery, theoretically.
Right. I do
Yeah.
have a higher power. It's a doorknob. Anyway, for
What?
some people it is. Don't hate on that.
Is anybody else as confused as I am, or is it just me?
Well, I did come in here, yeah. Phantasmagorical in the house. I want the Como
Okay.
hat too. Camo.
Camo.
Hat. Oh, camo hat.
Yeah, she wanted the camo hat too. Yeah. Let's see. Haldir says, I'm working on my Rooster Fighter indie cockfight sketch. Adding the logo is a pain. I only got the outline done. I'll have to use stencils when I get home. There you go.
Mrs. G.
Rex is an old man, the Dickens, you say. Yep.
Dickens. Charles Dickens. I got the reference.
Yeah.
Hi, Daddy Ray Ray. Good stuff says.
Hi.
Let's see. What's up, some person?
Some person.
Welcome.
What's up, some person?
Hey, some person.
I mean, some person comes in here and cleans the clock. It's like Devil Flyer, Momentum, DeathMetalHero, everybody flying Feline, Fanta, Hockey, Ray, everybody.
Hitting the usual suspects.
Yeah.
We appreciate
And
all of
backing
you
over
being
them
here.
to make sure they're nice and flat. It's good
Gotta
to see
gotta
you,
gotta make sure
Oliver.
everybody
Oliver, you
gets
need to-
seen.
Need to get you on and talk, man.
Ollie, you're in TOPicLESS, aren't you?
Yeah, but I don't know if
Yeah.
he can't come in for he might not be able to come. Maybe he's at work or something. He's
Yeah,
usually in the chat,
I know.
you
So
I
I
mean,
want
I always-
to wants an opportunity to come hang out and draw with us. He's always welcome. Roy,
Yeah, sorry, I can't
Roy.
talk.
He was. That's okay.
He said he
That's all right. You
would-
do web stuff. Web stuff is something that I have done in the past, but I don't. I don't really have the patience for that. Hey, what's up, Joe? Welcome, sir. How you doing, man?
I have a question
Welcome.
for Jimmy Reyes, because Jimmy Reyes is a professional comic artist.
What? Who's
And,
Megan Blythe?
I know that may come a shock to him or anybody in his sphere of influence, but
wow. Rex is just coming in all kinds of salty tonight.
I know all kinds of. Well, I've been dealing with drama all day long. That's all I've been dealing with. It's
why we don't bother with it.
Okay.
Why you don't follow me? Wow.
I said that's why we don't bother with it, Rex.
Oh,
yes.
Turn up your hearing aid.
That is accurate.
Turn your hearing aid up. Okay, turn up.
Okay, I will do that just for you, Jason, because
Thank you.
You know, we love you. Anyway,
He loves you. He loves you.
Yeah.
Hearing aid is busted.
What was my question for Jimmy now?
What?
I don't
Jimmy,
know.
Oh, for
hearing
fuck's
aids.
sake.
When do we want them? Hearing aids.
Exactly.
Buy my book.
Jesus.
Buy my book.
What are you gonna ask Jimmy?
Buy him
Oh
a hearing
my
aid.
God.
I'm thinking.
You know what this was.
What's up, Preston? How you doing, man?
Well,
Hey, that's a cool Christopher Golden shirt you got on there, buddy.
Yeah. I was a big Crystar fan back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. So was Danzig.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fucker.
He was at a
He
con.
cracks me up. Yeah.
Yeah, Christopher Golden was at a con, and he had these shirts on sale, and he had his
Said
name
Golden?
written in a dance. Yeah, that's awesome.
Fucking love that shit. I want one of those shirts, man. You know, I mean, hey, if Danzig can lift it and use it as his logo, Golden can lift the font and make shirts off of it because he drew the fucking thing.
Well, Golden never
You know?
actually pressed a lawsuit again. He just contacted me. I was like, "Hey, you know, that's my art." He was like, "Yeah, it's really good."
And that's
That's
it.
pretty much it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But I mean, the Misfits logo, that's basically a picture of the red ghost from back in the day.
Yeah,
the
it's just
face.
a burned out photocopy.
Yeah, exactly. So, Danzig has a history of that. So,
He's a swiper.
he is. Swiper no swiping, Danzig.
Swiper to metalhead.
So, Misfits, Misfits with or without Danzig? I think Danzig is better off on his own. I realize he's the original Misfits, but I think he is able to let his ego fly when he's doing his own stuff.
Well, this is kind of sacrilegious, but
Uh-huh.
I like both of them. Like, I like
Yeah.
Graves, and I like...
I fucking love Graves, dude.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I didn't even know Danzig was part of the Misfits when I was growing up. He wasn't part of it.
Well, Famous Monsters. And
Great album.
Well, yeah, but it's completely different than the old Misfit stuff. Like it's heavier, and,
Oh, yeah. That's why I liked it.
yeah.
Old Misfits was very, very like punk, kind of almost hardcore. And then, Famous Monsters really kind of went into like metal, and they leaned in to that whole like 1950s horror rock type thing.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
fucking
amazing.
love it. Fucking love it. Yeah. See, Oliver's with us. Where did that go? Where did that comment go? There it is. I like the Michael Graves era. Same, man. Both of those albums that he was on were fucking great.
Oh, they're amazing. Yeah, I wish there were more. Actually,
Descending Angel is such a good song. And Scream, shit, man. Scream is
Dig
one of
Up
my
Our
favorite
Bones.
songs to do. Yeah.
Dig Up Our Bones is amazing. I love that song. It's so easy. I thought it'd be
Helena.
way more complicated.
Fucking Pumpkinhead.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah. Bunch of great songs on those albums.
I like almost all of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I never got into one.
Such a great album.
Worth checking out, man. I remember reading Wizard and seeing the cover for Famous Monsters, and the artwork reminded me of Dan Brenton. The guy that did Nocturnals. It looked like his stuff. I don't know if it was.
No, that was the guy who used to do the painted covers for the Famous Monsters magazine.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was crazy. Like they went all out with that. Like it was crazy.
Yeah. What's up, Carrie? Welcome.
Hey, Carrie.
Good to see you. And we've got Michael Disjardins. I'm sure I just butchered your last name. What's up, ACC? Welcome. Yeah. Good to see you, sir. Let's see. Scrolling. Yep. They'll get you on there. Good stuff likes Danzig. That's cool. You know, I mean, it's the original. I mean, I love the original stuff too. You know, Teenagers from Mars is a fucking great track. You know, groovy as shit.
I like they put out an album out, The Misfits. It was The Misfits does the 1950s.
Oh yeah, man.
That was a great album. It was fantastic.
Their cover of Great Balls of Fire is fucking. I love that.
And then Elvis. I mean, Danzig put out an album called Danzig Does Elvis. You know, and I don't know if they were trying to compete with each other or something.
He's evil Elvis, man. You know.
Well, he's a huge Elvis fan.
Lost evil.
Right. What's up, King League? He says, howdy. Started a new job yesterday. Took a surprise nap after getting home. So therefore, I am the one who is late and gay. Well, at least you can admit it. Admitting it is the first step to recovery.
Exactly. You know,
Hockey says I missed Spice Girls. Really?
Shut up, Hockey.
There's a band called Diablo Boulevard, and that dude sounds exactly like Danzig on the albums. He can't speak English at all, but he can sing like Danzig. Crazy.
It's hilarious. Miss Good Stuff dropping a link for the WP funding toolkit launched tomorrow on the Good Stuff's channel. Yeah, our boy Ray is launching a toolkit for doing your own crowdfunding shit.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yeah. So make sure you tune in tomorrow and see get all the lowdown and the skinny because he's launching it tomorrow.
Skinny.
That's right. That's like I said, that shit that you do on the internet, man. That the coding and the websites and stuff, man. I just don't have the head for it. You know, I don't know. It's like bashing my head against the wall. Huh?
It's a labor of love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Better be at this point.
Alice Cooper has spice. Alice Cooper's great.
Alice Cooper was amazing. He was
man.
He was basically a magician on stage.
Mm-hmm. For sure. His stage shows, man, to this day, his stage shows have more, entertainment value and presence than, half the acts that are half his fucking age.
Well, they when he came out and he said, "I'm gonna decapitate myself on stage,"
right?
But he's like, "No fucking way." So they went to the show. Like, how the fuck did that dude decapitate himself on stage? Because his head was still singing.
And that's what my dad said. He said he saw him and he was like literally had the microphone singing as he goes and lays down on like the guillotine and keeps singing as his head gets cut off.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's fucking good shit,
they don't
man.
Have
He's a showman.
like that anymore.
No, they don't. I mean, Guar used to do really great stage shows. And I got to see them before Brocky died. It was right after the dude that played Flatimus died. Corey Smoot.
I was doing a show with them over at and actually down here in Louisiana.
No shit. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, they got a Gore comic book. And, I'm like, I wasn't really looking for a payday or anything like that. I just volunteered my stuff. I was like, dude, if y'all do another one, like, let me know. I'd fucking want to do a cover for it. And
right on.
I got my information, but I think the singer died like a few weeks later. So.
Oh yeah, Dave Brocky. He was Odorous Orungus. It's heartbreaking, man. And I realized the dude that plays Blothar is like he's one of the original singers because they had a rotating cast of characters, and he was one of the original singers. But it doesn't sound the same without Brocky, And I know Brocky would want the band to continue, but it don't sound the same. Brocky was the voice.
Wasn't his skin permanently dyed red from all the blood that they used on stage?
Who, Brocky?
Yeah.
Not that I saw. I mean, because he would do little. Really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was like not red but pink, like dyed pink.
Oh yeah. I mean that could be. I mean they made their own fake blood for decades. And the small venue that I went and saw them at, they were playing with Ghoul, And so, like, the venue had the floor, and then it was the second story with a balcony. So I was up on the balcony with my then wife at the time, because she was taking pictures with her camera, and she really didn't want to get her camera soaked in fake blood. But it was a great show. I mean, dude, that floor was fucking covered in fake blood by the end of the show. Like, holy shit, man. They had like tarps to cover the walls to make sure that, important shit didn't get destroyed by the fake blood. Yeah, that was a good show, dude. That was a good show. Ghoul puts on a great show as well.
It's always a good show when you're worried about your equipment getting soaked in fake blood.
Mm-hmm. I agree, man. I agree.
You ever seen anybody slip down in that fake blood on stage?
Not on stage. I've seen people in the pit slipping that shit, though.
Mm-hmm. I remember so much shit from those underground hardcore shows. Like, I remember, like, it's like stage diving was the biggest thing, and they had two bodyguards. One of them was named Conan, the other one was Ogre, and they had this big fucking 400-pound ginger get on stage, and he was going to stage dive, and the crowd parted like the Red Sea. And you could hear his head smack the cement when he hit. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, you can't do that when you're that big. Like, the crowd can only support so much. I mean, I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to make the crowd support my big ass.
This was huge too. Like, he was.
Oh my god, man!
And people just fucking moved the fuck out of the way.
I
felt bad for him. I was like, nah, he's definitely got a concussion.
Jesus. Some person says, "Don't forget the fake cum." Yeah, that too. That too.
An Exhorter show. There was an Exhorter show, and the name of the show was Pose. It was from their album Pose a Preacher, and they had a dude dressed up as a bloody nun on stage, and they would take turns like fake fucking the bloody nun on stage.
Stage shows. The theatrics, man. I was watching a YouTube video about the difference between, like, metal bands and, like, kind of hardcore bands, or like the metalcore bands, and how the stage presence. You got certain bands that do the theatrics, and you've got certain bands that just kind of dress up like they're they just came from like a, I don't know, college or something like that, or what's up, Morb?
Hey guys.
I'm kind of the opinion that, I understand it's about the music, but at the same time, like, I want a little bit of theatrics, man. I want a little bit of, like, the costuming. That's why I love Mudvayne. And that's why I love Static X.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
I think
give me that shit.
Is kind of a lost art. Like, I remember back in the 80s, 70s and 80s, you had bands like
What's up, Rob Wilson? Welcome.
Where their stage show was a fucking giant Eddie. And Bruce Dickerson would come out of the mouth of Eddie.
Mm-hmm. You still have like Alice Cooper and even Kiss and Guar and people like, and even Blackie Lawless. That guy put on a great show.
Blackie Lawless.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Wasp still puts on a good show. Yeah,
they do, and that dude's like fucking ancient. I went to a show.
That dude is huge too. He is a giant gentleman.
Yeah, they were doing a show at the House of Blues, Wasp, and I've always Wasp is one of my favorite bands. And so he gets out there, and his microphone stand is a pair of chopper handlebars with an iron skull right in the middle. And
nice.
Nobody noticed the foot pegs at the bottom of the microphone stand, right?
Uh-huh.
So they're playing, they're going crazy, and Blackie jumps on the fucking microphone stand, and it's spring loaded, so he comes right at the crowd and then comes right back up.
No shit! Wow.
Yeah. The only
That's
bad
fucking
thing,
cool.
I guess he's not into like a hit or anything like that, because of hits
right.
Woman, and he immediately stopped playing and went in the back until it stopped. Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Huh? I mean, it's a metal show. A pit is gonna start eventually. Yeah. It happens.
It will happen.
You just the thing you gotta make sure people know is, like, if somebody gets knocked down, you pick them up. You don't let somebody get crushed. Yeah,
even
well,
the underground shows I used to go to. Like I seen Pantera when they did one of their first shows, and they opened up with fucking Nuclear Assault. And
nice.
Nuclear Assault opened up for Pantera. It was their Cowboys from Hell album. And
okay.
So immediately, like, a pit started. Well, the pit was going on throughout the whole concert. And so I was in the pit and I got knocked down, and the dude grabbed me by the back of my shirt and picked me up. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Because that's the way it works, right? I mean,
yeah,
it wasn't a wedding.
Dude, I lost a shoe in a pit one time, and I had a circle around me. I was they formed a huge circle, and I was walking around freely looking for my shoe. I found it.
My shoe.
And we started moshing. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's how it was. Yeah.
Somehow, when like
hell yeah, I would love to see Rammstein, King League.
Yeah, like Rammstein and all those other guys when they started playing, and fucking what was that? I can't remember. But somehow the pit evolved from, a friendly game of beating the shit out of each other to actually beating the shit out of each other. You know what I'm saying?
And unfortunately, you got the jackasses that get in the pit, then start like swinging their legs around like they're doing their fucking karate moves or some shit like that.
That's exactly what happened. And they had a chick with half her face hanging off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, obviously she had some broken bones. And it was,
no, man, that's not what the pit's for. Like, you want to slam in. It's friendly. If somebody gets knocked down, you pick them up. It's not, you're not out to hurt somebody. You just, out to rage a little bit. But,
exactly.
People are out to hurt some people.
That's exactly what happened. They had
I
some
went
people
to a Black Sabbath concert, and then Motorhead opened. It was the Black Sabbath Cross of Thorns. So it was, Tony, who was the lead?
Tony Iommi?
No, it was, Tony Iommi was playing guitar, but it was Tony Martin, lead singer. But it was Motorhead opening for them, and it was really cool. But yeah, a pit formed, which, if you ever heard the Cross of Thorns album, it's not really a pit worthy album compared to like Pantera or something like that. It's more gothic,
Well, back in the day, Black Sabbath was considered heavy metal, but somehow heavy metal, the definition of heavy metal changed. I don't know how.
Yeah, I mean they're some of the progenitors of it.
Yeah. Well, definitely, like when Motorhead was playing, the pit was going because Motorhead, Lemmy's doing his thing, and
Motorhead's some fucking get up and go shit, man. Love me some Motorhead. Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
It doesn't form from that. Yeah, something's definitely the matter.
It's a dead crowd if that doesn't happen.
The funniest concert I went to was I saw 9 Inch Nails live in Beijing.
Oh wow.
You had all the foreigners up in the front, but then, everybody else. And the locals had all these plastic hand clappers. So we're all like moshing, headbanging, having a good time. They're all just going.
Very reserved. Interesting.
That's awesome.
I'm just like, okay. It's probably different now, but.
Probably. Some person says, I saw Weird Al. It was intense. I bet.
You've seen Weird Al, I think.
What's up, good stuff? Welcome, sir.
What's up, man?
You got a Weird Al movie with Daniel Radcliffe playing Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, I heard that movie was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, it's funny as fuck.
I think my favorite Weird Al song is probably "Dare to Be Stupid" off of the Transformers soundtrack. I fucking love that song.
I love that song. That was from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Well, that whole soundtrack still fucking slaps.
Oh, dude, it was amazing.
Dare to Be Stupid? Yeah. Yeah, he was doing his best Devo impression with that song.
I thought it was Devo.
Devo inspired.
Nope, that was Weird Al, man.
But,
yeah.
Weird Al.
Well, I mean, he out Devo'd Devo.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I remember reading somewhere that they were actually kind of like pissed at him for outdoing them on their own style.
Yeah, he originally did that song in it was the mid or late 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure which. That was the first time I ever heard Weird Al. Was that song back in the 80s, whatever time that came out.
You never heard Eat It before?
When I grew up,
that was good.
I used to,
that was the first one I ever heard by him.
But wasn't Dare to Be Stupid prior to Eat It? Was it not?
I don't know. It might
around
be
the same time. But
Stan Bush rocks. Yeah, man. Again, that whole soundtrack. You know, Dare. What a great, inspiring song. The Transformers theme song by Lion. Shit.
There was this radio show that came on called Dr. Demento.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, and I used to listen to that, and I had no idea what he looked like, but we would get all these songs from him. Obviously, My Bologna was probably his first song, and then another one, Rides the Bus. And then there was Yoda, which was like Lola. He sits in a bog in Dagobah and Yoda, and it was all these spoof songs, and most of them were from him, but there was other people, and you had no idea what it looked like, and it was just this goofy Dr. Demento. I'm Dr. Demento, and and all this shit, and then MTV came on, and he latched onto that gangbusters with really good videos, very clever. Like his Eat It video was hilarious. I mean,
Eat It came out in 1984, and then Dare to Be Stupid came out in 86.
I was just looking at them, saw the same thing.
Yeah. And speaking of Dr. Demento, Feline and I have had conversations about Dr. Demento. I think she said that was where she first heard Oingo Boingo. I could be wrong.
Demento.
Yeah.
Weird Al actually plays the record producer in his own movie.
Ah, nice.
He's in UHF movies. Fantastic.
I actually saw so.
Yeah, UHF.
89 was probably the best summer for movies because you had like Indiana Jones and Ghostbusters and
Police
and Lethal Weapon 2, all these great movies. But we actually end up seeing UHF. And there was like maybe 3 people in the theater, but we loved it. We didn't
1939, I wasn't around for that, but I hear that was a pretty good year.
Damn it.
It was a good year for movies.
Wizard of Oz.
Roadhouse. We saw Roadhouse.
I know there's a few movies.
Roadhouse.
Rex was still in diapers.
God, Roadhouse
Still
was
in diapers. Somebody spanked that man.
You guys don't like the new Roadhouse?
We saw Roadhouse and we stayed for a second showing. We loved it so much. It was like,
what about the new one? You like the new one?
I haven't seen it. I'm not bothered with it.
It's there.
It's okay.
I don't think I'm going to watch that one.
It's okay.
It's there.
Oh, shit. Preston's here. Hey, Preston.
He's been here for like a half hour, Rex.
I know. That's the joke.
I don't think it was.
Is it? Serious.
Okay.
That's the joke.
That's what Rex is trying to pull here. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, and Ms. Good Stuff is putting up fish heads. I just listened to that the other day. I saw the YouTube video. That was on MTV. Fish heads, roly poly.
That fucking song is so irritating.
I'm actually not really familiar with that song, so I am spared the irritation.
For like 2 years, and I had to stop doing it because it was, it just gets a bit much after a while. Like you say, it's just a weird reality. But yeah, when Weird Al first came out on MTV with all his parody songs, I'd already experienced him over on Dr. Demento for sure. Right?
Good stuff? You experienced him?
Oh my! I'm leaving.
I heard he never made a lot of money off his music because he had to pay the royalties to the actual owners of the copyright. He made a little bit, but it wasn't a ton of money.
Are you talking about Weird Al?
Yeah. Yeah, because
the royalties in order to make the parody. I mean, I thought parodies were generally free and clear. I mean, he's made a career out of doing them parodies.
You still need permission.
I know he always wanted to get permission, but I don't think you need to get permission.
Well, you have to pay for the music. Like, you can't just steal the music and say, "Oh, it's parody."
Right. There was that whole deal when he did Amish Paradise.
Yeah, Coolio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, didn't he get a lot of shit for that?
Whoop, got to redo my
Coolio
track.
was the one
after
who
him.
made a beef about it because the record label gave him the go-ahead, and Coolio was pretty mad about that. So it's like, you don't own it. dude.
I think the
record
Red
company
Hot were also mad about his parody. They gave him the go ahead, but then they didn't like it. They thought the whole Flintstones thing was just stupid and
Well, that's the point.
got upset. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they gave him the go ahead and then they got pissed off because
I don't know. I think they should be grateful that somebody's actually taking that kind of interest in it.
I was about to say, I don't see how a band like Red Hot Chili Peppers can take themselves so goddamn seriously. I mean, come on now.
I mean, they showed up with socks on their dicks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the art form, man.
I have one on now.
yeah, it's like make a parody, but make sure we approve of it. And it's like,
That's not how parody works.
yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Make fun of me, but just like this, not like this.
Yeah, exactly. Fanta says Prince never permitted him from using his songs. Well, Prince wouldn't let the Foo Fighters do a cover of one of his songs, and then he did a live cover of one of the Foo Fighters songs, like
Dude,
at like the Super Bowl or some shit like that.
That's such
And so they're like, "Well, fuck it, we're gonna cover a song of yours." They did "Darling Nikki,"
Yeah.
and I actually really liked their cover of "Darling Nikki."
They did well. Yes.
Yeah. I that's the only Prince song I can do on the Sing Along of Doom and not have to like mute that section and lose the chat. You do any kind of Prince song, the record label comes after you. Same with AC/DC and Ozzy.
Yeah.
Even
AC/DC
nowadays,
bad.
like
Even now, yeah.
holy shit.
K-pop says
Yep.
Prince just hates Shelley.
AC/DC will do that?
AC/DC, man. Yeah, I did Big Balls on the show, and I had to mute that whole song. I had to mute the whole section. Lost the chat. You know, yeah, man. AC/DC every single time, because Leg Kick will pop in and be like, "Hey, do an AC/DC song," and yeah, no. Every time I do an AC/DC song, gotta.
The real story was
Ozzy
Luke
Osbourne's
was swelling.
Is that what y'all said?
what, Jimmy?
What?
Ozzy's
What, Jimmy?
dead?
No, Prince.
Oh.
Prince is dead.
Oh,
Ozzy's
Prince.
still kicking around. He's got enough. He's got enough chemicals in this system to stay alive for, however fucking long.
He's the
Like,
cowboy.
yeah,
of
Keith
Fallout.
Ozzy's been
Yeah,
dead
he's
for
Keith
40
Richards for
years.
sure.
It's just his fucking.
Some of
rock.
these
Yeah,
guys
Sharon
are
just keeps him
embalmed.
alive on life support.
Some of these guys are embalmed by now.
Are they still
I mean, he did enough acid to be embalmed. That's for fucking sure.
They get blood transfusions every week, like Keith Richards.
Oh, Keith Richards. Keith Richards will be around after the fucking apocalypse. It'll be him
Keith
and a bunch
Richards
of cockroaches snacking on Twinkies.
He'll be
Ozzy's
leading the
definitely-
charge.
Ozzy is definitely the cowboy. from
Fumbling
Fallout.
around on guitar.
No, on Fallout. That's a whole lot of chemicals. Yeah. Or whatever it is. Yeah.
It's just a little drop in the bucket.
Yeah, I watched the first episode of the Fallout show with Feline when I was up there. Wasn't bad.
Here's pretty good.
I did
I
that
watched the
once,
whole
Doc
thing.
Salem, and yeah, she's still around.
Who is?
My daughter, one drop in the bucket.
Ah. Okay.
Thanks, Rex.
What's up, Shelby? Welcome.
Hey, show.
What's Yeah, I watched.
Make it
all-
back with
all
your
that,
Taco
but
Bell.
I never played the game.
I never played it
Yes.
either. I don't know anything
Speaking of
about
food,
it.
what
I
else
played
you got to
4.
show us?
I played the first 2 Fallout games, which are kind of like a Baldur's Gate type of thing.
Yeah.
Really good. You can probably get them on Steam for cheap. And then played 4. And
From what I understand, New Vegas, because it was made by Obsidian, the original developers of Fallout, is better than 4.
yeah, it's the best one. I couldn't get into 4. They tried to make it basically Skyrim with a different skin, but I find Skyrim way more immersive. I just couldn't. I wasn't that immersed into Fallout 4. So
Yeah, well, that's what I've heard about Fallout 4. Is just not as immersive. Michael says Alice Cooper's management is brutal as well. Just ask Razorfist. I mean, I've done Feed My Frankenstein multiple times on the Sing Along of Doom, and I've never had to mute the damn thing. So I don't know what happened. It was probably for one of his Metal Mythos shows. I don't know, maybe just too much of the video. I don't know. Shit.
He did a. I think that's his most recent Metal Mythos. Is Alice Cooper.
I think his most recent one was Judas Priest. I think he just did that one. Kingley says, mention Foo Fighters once and fucking Dave Grohl invades the fucking stream. Yep.
3 times in the mirror. And Dave
right.
And he shows up.
Did you guys see that song? That song he just did with the was it 2 members of Slayer?
Dave Grohl.
Yeah, they did a Bad Brains cover. It was pretty sick.
Oh, sweet.
That's like cool. Bad Brains is awesome.
12. Yeah, they called it.
What's up, Brian?
Project.
Good to see you, man.
What's it called? GBI or something like that. It's like their initials.
Nice.
I can tell you.
Was Kerry King?
Yeah,
Kerry
who
King
from
was the
Slayer
guitar
was
player?
it?
I'm not sure. So it's at some studio. It was during, or maybe Anthrax. He went to some studio and kind of some band is using his whatever 606. I don't know the number. It's whatever studio he records at.
I think it's 606. Yeah.
Yeah, and they just kind of did a jam session. They did 2 takes and they put it out. And apparently it was like a 7-inch for Record Store Day. They just did it real, like, kind of
that's cool,
off the hilt. Yeah,
Because
I'm not really a
Foo
Foo Fighters fan, by the way.
Buddy of mine.
Oh yeah.
A friend of mine has one of his own amplifiers.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, Kerry King.
Oh, okay.
Guitar player for Slayer.
Every time I see Ray on a stream, I always think that it's Carl Allstetter. Every time.
I was thinking Jacques.
Is that like, Carl? You're not Carl.
Loves people are
GBI
over her stuff.
Let's see, Grohl, Dave Grohl, Charlie Bennett, and Scott Ian. Yeah.
Oh, Anthrax.
Nice.
Yeah, it was an impromptu thing they did, and I hope they do an album. It sounds so cool.
I like me some Anthrax.
Used to anyway. I don't know.
And Scotty Ian on Stormtroopers of Death, SOD. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
too.
that's a fun album. Speak English or die.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, and reading an interview with him, he's like, "Yeah, people wouldn't get it these days."
Right.
Yeah. and he's not wrong. I mean, he's not wrong.
And then, like you had pointed out to me, was
you fucking
Sergeant,
racist.
Right.
What's his name is based on a comic book. Sergeant D. Sergeant D is based on a comic book that he never got to do, so he wrote a song about him instead.
Oh yeah, I just happened to stumble upon that when I was like looking into Stormtroopers of Death.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking Scott Ian's a big old fucking nerd, man. I mean, they had Alex Ross do a cover for one of their Anthrax albums.
I saw.
Yeah, so he's a big old comic nerd.
I saw Stormtroopers of Death open up for Crowbar.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Fuck yeah, dude! That was a great show.
Dude. That was pretty.
I didn't see him open up for them, but I saw Crowbar.
Well, I'm gonna get back to work, guys. I'll
You're working right now. Soon. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah, the sun's getting real low. Yeah, I gotta.
Sure thing, Jimmy. All right.
Whatever you say, Jimmy.
Have a good one, Jimmy.
All right, man.
Good to see you, man.
Good seeing you.
I'll see you guys.
Later, man.
All right.
Quitter.
What is your
Quitter.
Quitter.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Overkill. There's a fun band.
Oh yeah, that was a
I used to
horrible
love
fucking
Overkill.
show. That was
That's
after all
unfortunate.
of their good albums, and they did this mashup song of, they took like one song from each of their early albums, but only part of it, and mashed it up into one, and then played everything from I Hear Black past, and from I Hear Black on was bad.
Two songs.
See,
I
I'm
love
not
from
super
those
familiar
guys.
with their stuff.
Right.
But
Overkill was a band that really should have been included with the big four that everybody talks about: Anthrax,
Agreed.
Metallica, Slayer.
Agreed.
I don't know why they're not.
And
Actually, they're badass.
And no, but I mean they're just as good. They just never got the press.
Why was Wasp never included in that set as well? You know,
Wasp was never as good.
What?
You're gonna set.
I was never a fan of Wasp.
I don't think Wasp has a bad album.
Wasp really is amazing. I mean,
I wasn't a fan of them at all.
Dude,
everybody can
throw
like
raw meat into the fucking
everybody
crowd.
thinks they're a hair metal band, but they're not. Like they're
not. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not super familiar with their catalog, but everything that I've heard from them, I fucking like.
You remember, like, Blackie used to do all kinds of crazy shit on stage. Like, one time he had a saw blade between his legs.
I heard.
Sharpened the star blade.
Yeah,
saw
cod piece.
Yeah.
And one time he had a blowtorch between his legs, and he would, like, piss fire over the and it blew up.
I wonder if that's where Rammstein got that shit from. You know,
Probably.
They used to blast fire over the crowd as well.
Hell,
blew up
Iggy
in his thighs.
Iggy Pop used to just pull out his dick and piss on the crowd.
Yeah.
He also used to roll around in glass on the stage as well. Iggy Pop's fucking crazy.
Good music.
When Rammstein played the House of Blues, they had something
Fucking
attached to their
love me some,
asses,
some Iggy
and they
Pop
would
and the
blow
Stooges.
like farts, and it would catch on fire.
Ah, fun.
Jesus.
I don't know if Iggy Pop pissed on me.
Speaking of farts, I gotta go deal with an exploding child.
Oh, shit. Thanks for coming to hang out, Ray. It's good to see you. Everybody, go check out Good Stuff's channel tomorrow. Ray's launching something fucking badass, and you want to be there for it.
Hey,
Yes,
Ray.
sir.
You can
Later,
sort
Ryan.
parts in Ziploc bags.
Yes.
Good stuff.
You haven't heard.
How would you
Thank you,
characterize
Simon.
the band in your eyes?
Characterize what?
Well, you didn't like them. How would you characterize their music?
Who? Well, Wasp.
You. Yeah, Wasp.
Wasp. I don't know. They were metal. It was something I didn't get into. I didn't. There were some metal bands I liked and some I didn't. That was a band I didn't get into.
Wasp was kind of political. They had a lot of politics with their music.
Yeah.
Like they used to speak out.
Kind of like
Blackie did.
Megadeth.
I'm not saying they were bad. I'm not going to go that far. I don't know if they were good or bad and different, whatever. I never got into them. What I heard, I just didn't like.
No, Blackie's voice was you either liked it or you fucking hated it.
Exactly.
There was no in between.
Yeah, there was really no in between. I love it. I mean,
It's like AC/DC. Either you're into it.
Yeah, so that's another band. I don't like AC/DC.
You know,
You're probably on the minority with that one.
Probably, and I get a lot of shit for that one. But
What? That AC/DC sucks?
I'm not going to go as far as to say they suck.
They suck. You can go that far.
listening
That's
to
fine.
them.
I'm okay.
So you just pissed off every redneck.
How dare I?
Jesus. Brian Crisco says that was at Gigi Allen's last show.
Four-wheel drives.
But I love some metal. I love some Megadeth. I love Overkill. I love Sacred Reich. I love
Sacred
Pantera.
Reich was the shit.
What
about Flotsam and Jetsam?
I like old
with
Flotsam
Jason
and
Newsted?
Jetsam, like when Jason Newsted was with them. But the thing is when Jason Newsted got with Metallica, I couldn't stand him then. I like way better with Flotsam and Jetsam.
no, because Metallica changed their whole sound.
Oh, they were so different. It was
actually it can.
I mean, on And Justice for All, they actually dropped his bass all the way down, and then they went pop with the Black Album.
There is no bass in Justice for All.
Right.
You got to listen to Justice for Newstead. And, they
Kevlar says, I love AC/DC.
And then they did a great thing by bringing Robert Trujillo on to play bass, right? Robert Trujillo.
He's fucking amazing.
He's one of my favorite bass players ever.
Suicidal Tendencies.
Oh, dude. That and Infectious Grooves. Fucking unbelievable, right?
I've seen him play
Celtic
live.
Frost is great, Brian. Love me some Celtic Frost.
And he played with Ozzy, and I got to see him on Ozfest 2000 when Robert Trujillo got to play with Ozzy. But when he got
I've seen him live with Suicidal Tendencies. They opened for Queensryche. And
nice.
that fucker stood there and he played like Suicide Tendency is a very fast fucking band.
Oh, they're
and
awesome.
He slapped out all the fucking bass lines for it.
Oh, dude, he was unreal. He brought a whole new element to Suicidal, because Suicidal had this thing where they switched band members every fucking album. They were almost like a whole different genre with each album that they had. And once they got Robert Trujillo, it kind of solidified the band's sound in general. So they kept that I don't know how to explain it, that funky metal bass. Because when once
metal.
they had Lights, Camera, Revolution, and then went into the Art of Rebellion, those two albums were the top two in my opinion. Those two albums were fucking fantastic, and Robert Trujillo really defined who they were at that point. So
gave him a unique sound.
Yeah, I'm a huge Robert Trujillo fan. He's fantastic.
But
I really don't like Metallica now. I don't like Metallica.
I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan of Metallica after Injustice for All.
Yeah,
I thought they lost something and they never could get it back. Yeah,
they lost it all.
They should have kept Les Claypool as their bass player.
They should have brought him on.
What's up, Roy? Welcome.
Oh man, I love Primus. He's another top bassist of mine. That dude
he's badass.
Les Claypool's a fucking madman.
But I think they realized that he was better than them, and that's why they couldn't let him play the bass for him, because it would have just become the Les Claypool band.
The original bass player for Metallica,
Cliff Burton. Yeah,
I don't think he was that great of a bass player.
I
this is
liked
gonna
him.
suck, but I don't think he was that great of a bass player.
He was good, and he fit really well with Metallica.
I thought he was good. I just like everybody sees him as like a bass god, but I think it's because he died.
I'm not going to say he was a bass god, but he was definitely good. When you watch
Metallica sold out hard. I've never been a fan.
They did.
Yeah,
they
did.
Been a fan of Metallica.
And then after that, it was like they just put out albums. They tried to get. You can tell they tried to get that magic back, but it was gone.
Well, James Hetfield.
Lars Ulrich is one of the whiniest bitches in music I think I've ever seen.
He had Lars Ulrich to deal with. On
How dare you? Lars is the greatest drummer that
he's the greatest.
Lars isn't even the best drummer in Metallica, according to James Hetfield. So whatever. Kevlar says death metal was a huge influence when I was doing my conceptual work for Knights of Kevlar, my comic. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I got to smoke up with Chris Barnes behind Bogarts before the Cannibal Corpse show one time. That was fucking cool. I got to see Cannibal Corpse. I got to see Napalm Death, Malevolent Creation.
Napalm Death.
What about
I got to smoke out the rhythm section for the Cult.
Nice.
I love the Cult.
Yeah, we got backstage at the Cult, and Duffy and Ian hated each other at the time, so after the show they just went their separate ways. But bass player, drummer, like, I had weed and let's hit it.
One of my
I never really listened to the Cult. Feline got me listening to them. She played some of that stuff for me, and I'd never really listened to them before. It's good shit, man.
Sonic Temple, every song on
that is the greatest album ever created.
Every song's a banger.
Yeah, I discovered them at Metallica. They opened for Metallica for Injustice for All, and I didn't know who they were. I was like, "Who the fuck are these guys?" And they came over and I was like,
listen to them at Beach Party. Like, my introduction to them was She Sells Sanctuary, where they were kind of more synth pop. I mean, they had more of a new wave kind of vibe, but it was still rock, and it was just cool. And then they really developed, Sonic Temple, and then Electric. That's another album you got to pick up. It really, really good.
Rain was a great song. That was amazing.
I am too reading these. That's good stuff. Says I'm not reading these apparently. Good stuff was in bed for 2 days when Kanye stole her Grammy. Whose Grammy?
I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about.
I don't either.
What the hell?
Who actually pays attention to the Grammys? Oliver's telling me to kick Preston.
I don't think I've ever liked a band that ever won a Grammy. I don't know.
Mudvayne won a Grammy.
Jimi Hendrix never won a
Mudvayne's
Grammy.
fucking great.
I love Mudvayne. They're awesome.
Yeah. I'm glad that they've rejoined. You know, they've come back together. We might actually get some new music out of them. They were touring for a couple of years, back with the fucking makeup on and shit like that. Fucking love it.
Did they used to wear makeup all the time, or was that just for?
Oh yeah,
they wore it all the time, and then they made a decision to stop. And Chad even said he's like, that was the worst decision we ever made.
Yeah, well, they did it because they wanted to see if they could, can maintain their fan base without having to be like, quote unquote, a gimmick act. But they were a lot better than a lot of the other stuff that came out at the time.
Their bass player was amazing.
Fuck yeah, dude, he's
Ryan
great.
Martinez is so good.
He was an evil looking motherfucker too.
Yeah, tall and gangly. He just kind of wraps his arms around that bass and
But he also used to make these weird eyes whenever he was playing his bass, like some evil shit.
They all looked fucking crazy while they were up on stage, man. Dig is still one of my favorite songs ever.
Oh, me too.
Fucking love that song. Oh, talking about Tay-Tay. Got it.
Tay-Tay.
Whatever. She's terrible.
You know, the band I've probably seen live the most, the two bands is Rush and Queensryche. And every time I went to see Queensryche, I went to see them when Empire dropped, and Empire had like 4 or 5 hits off it, like St. Louis City, Jet City Woman, all those hits.
And I think that was their last hit.
Yeah.
I don't think they had anything good after that.
When you went to that show, they did like a couple of the songs, and then they went right into Operation Mindcrime with the video screens and the whole, like every time I've seen Queensryche, it's a couple of songs, and then now we're doing Operation Mindcrime. I've seen Operation Mindcrime 3 fucking times, every time. And love it,
Yeah. They only had.
I never really listened to much Queensryche.
2 good albums. Yeah. Like it was Operation Mindcrime and it was Empire. Like that was
Rage for Order was a good one. Got to pick up Rage for Order, Walk in the Shadows, and all. Yeah, that's a good album. They had albums before that.
That's a terrible pun, Miss Good Stuff. No, if you were on panel, I would kick you for that.
I don't even know what the pun was, but it's great.
But Operation Mindcrime was the rock opera and their concept album, if you will, and it's outstanding.
They get a lot of credit for putting out a concept album. They're like, oh, it's great. They did a concept.
Well, they kind of did it at a time. It was like '88 when they did.
I know, but Wasp did tons of concept albums.
Yeah.
So
well, we've already established Wasp doesn't get enough enough recognition.
Marilyn Manson,
the whole music, whatever it was that Dee Snider showed up for, that was originally supposed to be Blackie Lawless, from what I understand. Yeah, he wasn't able to make it, so Dee Snider went instead.
Yeah. Good Stuff says Wasp receives as much attention as they deserve.
What?
Thank you, Rex.
Isn't Good Stuff still here?
You're welcome. Just trying to churn the pot up a little bit there for us.
Well, at least you're not 4 minutes behind the conversation this time, so hats off to you, buddy.
I'm all in agreement that Wasp was the greatest thing ever. Is just grinding a little bit. I don't know.
The Wasp was the greatest thing ever.
Look,
I'm just here to dissent on that. That's all.
So you can buy a Wasp album and you know what you're going to get. So if you like them, that's great. If you don't, then you're not going to like probably anything.
I agree. That'll work.
Yeah.
Done the same thing with AC/DC. If you like AC/DC, you're going to get Mixolydian, a lot of Mixolydian chord progression, and see, Doc, I know guitar.
Your microphone is echoing, Roy.
Rock snob.
Oh, that's Roy. Okay, I was wondering what that was.
And
yeah,
I haven't said anything.
I know. Do you have headphones on?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it might be the connection.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I know you haven't said anything, but the echo is.
Would you like to say something?
You can pipe. Do you have the output going through your headphones or going through speakers? because that can.
Oh yeah, if the computer chooses to, or StreamYards. Sometimes StreamYards will choose to put the output through something else.
Yeah.
All right, that happens now.
There you go.
Yeah, it was the internal mic.
Ah, okay. Now you sound much better. Much better. How you doing, man?
I'm all right.
Good. Good to see you, dude.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
I've seen a lot of your
Doing
shit
well.
on
Good,
Twitter,
man.
man. It's so good, man.
That's
Just
cool,
killing it.
Rex. Hell yeah,
he's my
that
zombie
card that you're working on,
barbarian.
man, is
I can't even see what I'm doing.
Think Conan as a zombie. He's an undead barbarian.
Like the glasses I wear, I have to be literally about 8 inches from the thing.
Oh, you're like me. Yeah. You have to be like right on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
have
mine's always at
Jeez.
this crazy angle that I do.
So unless you want to see my bald head,
Yeah, I often get my beard in the stream quite often.
All right, guys, I'm going to have to jump off of here. I appreciate you
stuff.
having me on. I appreciate you.
take
I've
it easy.
got,
Good stuff.
Prior
All right, Mr.
engagements
Good
I must jump off and get to. But thank you, chat. It was good seeing each and every one of you on this here panel. So hopefully I'll see each and every one of you again at some point in the future.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. Check you later.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Take it easy.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Later.
I was waiting for him to leave and say, "Why sucks?" last night.
I'm
Michael
the one that
says
likes
Wasp was a
Wasp.
mashup of Alice Cooper and Kiss show.
You guys
Born from
remember
New
all
York
this stuff.
Dolls.
What's the weirdest? Probably the weirdest matchup I got was Rat with Cheap Trick. What was the weirdest?
That's not necessarily a weird combination. I mean, that
Not really. No.
yeah, that kind of tracks.
Okay.
At least in my
I
opinion,
thought it was
anyway.
pretty weird at the time.
Totally
I mean,
talented band.
I mean, Jimi
hiring a
Hendrix
shitty
toured
band
for
out.
6 months with the Monkees. I would have liked to have seen that.
Now that's a little bit of a weird mashup to
That's
me.
weird.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very odd.
Very odd.
It's,
Very odd.
well, considering the
I'm just saying,
Monkees weren't
very odd.
musicians,
I think it
they were
grated on him.
they were actors.
It's amazing that they
Yeah.
got 6 months out of him, really.
I mean,
Yeah, the
Spinal
Monkees.
Tap. The
Spinal
funny thing about Spinal Tap is those guys can actually play. They're actors, but they can actually play.
To be fair, there were people in the Monkees who could play. Michael Nesmith and Peter Tork and Mickey
Yeah.
were actual guitar players. And
They had a behind the music.
Davy Jones did sing on Broadway.
Well, they had a behind the music on
Did
the
not know
Monkees.
that.
And they had a meeting with everybody, like the producers and all that kind of stuff. They're like, we want to play our music. They're like, this was not ever supposed to be a band. It's a TV show.
And Mickey taught himself drums. He taught himself drums so he could, but he was a natural singer. But yeah, Davy Jones sang on Oliver Twist or something on Broadway, and it was funny because they were in Hawaii and Jimi Hendrix is out there kicking ass, and these guys knew how good he was, and they're watching him backstage, and the whole crowd is going, "We want Mick, we want the Monkees, we want Davy," and Jimi Hendrix cut the show short and bailed.
Jeez.
Like, he was pissed off, and these guys are going, "God, these people don't fucking know."
Yeah,
they don't know what
sounds about right.
Yeah, but it's more likely Jimmy cut the show because he wanted to go get loaded.
Picks out.
It's entirely possible.
He loved him some drugs.
Yeah, well, I mean, it caught up to him too, unfortunately.
Yeah, they killed him. The rumor is that they spiked his drug.
He spiked it. Yeah, that's the rumor.
Yeah,
Wouldn't surprise. Wouldn't
he was asking
surprise.
for
but
documentation on his earnings.
Wouldn't
Oh, yeah.
just be drugs?
Yeah, but the wrong kind of drugs, not the kind of drugs you get high on, the kind of drugs that kill you dead.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
Like,
Never
yeah,
taken
Jimmy,
a
we'll
drug
get
in my
those
life.
figures for you right away. Here's a sheet of acid.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead
That's,
and
you know,
enjoy.
been soaked in fucking Drano or something like that.
I think what did him in was the German sleeping pills that he took. And
Man, sleeping pills are fucking evil. Man,
Yeah,
fuck that
I never
noise.
got that. like Xan bars and all that kind of shit. I was like, why would you take something to get you down? Like,
oh, so good.
It's crazy.
I mean, you know, if I need to like chill out or something like that, I'll just smoke a little grass. Fuck that, man. I don't know. I've never really been a fan of the pills.
Yeah.
Like, you know, give me something natural. Give me something you know, from the earth. Mushrooms,
Opium's from the earth.
weed. I know. Opium will kill you fucking dead too. You know, you got to be careful about that as well. But, you know, I'll take that over like the man-made shit predominantly.
When I was in college,
yeah, but it's processed to fucking hell and back.
I love cocaine.
When I was in college,
I do cocaine.
Raves and ecstasy really came on board when I was in college, and I just didn't get it. I
never tried ecstasy. I don't know what that's like.
Yeah. Never had a desire to, honestly.
I mean, if I was a teenager again, I'd probably do it because I was that kind of stupid. But
well, admitting it's the first step to recovery.
Like, yeah. No, you're right.
I'm the only non-drug user in this group here.
Clearly.
Jesus.
Roy's like, what the hell? The hell did I get myself into hanging out with these people? Jesus.
I know. Last night I shot all this heroin and no.
I have never done anything. Period.
Me and Blackie Lawless.
Beer.
Not even smoked any weed, Roy?
Nope. Never.
Oh, damn.
Holy shit.
No weed.
I mean, you know, weed's pretty nice. You know.
Nah, that's
very, very mellow. You know, I mean, I honestly haven't partaken in quite a while. You know, I don't miss like fiending for it, but you know, I do enjoy it. It's sometimes doing a little microdose of it is nice to kind of get in the zone.
You like edibles, or you like to actually smoke it?
I usually smoke it. Edibles very often don't have an effect on me. I don't know if it's just my body chemistry or, you know, my body mass. Maybe I don't know. They often don't have an effect on me unless I've been, you know, I've cut it out for like, you know, months and months and months. So probably now they would.
Somehow over the years,
I got something that'll do you in.
An allergic reaction.
Oh, I'm sure.
To weed.
Yeah.
But like everybody that I know that tried edible, one guy tried to get me to do edibles. I ain't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Friend of mine, but his wife, like somebody gave him a brownie for his birthday, and his wife was like, "Oh, a brownie," and she ate the whole thing. He spent the rest of the night trying to bring her down because the guy that gave him the brownie said, "Look, dude, don't eat this whole thing. Just take a little bite." Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Some person says legalize cocaine. It's less dangerous than concentrated caffeine.
Jesus. I always say, like, if you want to legalize
like
drugs,
speed?
picture your daughter like taking those drugs. You know what I'm saying? And then getting addicted to it, and then she robbing stores to get fucking heroin and shit like that.
Yeah, no. Man, see, I don't need none of that in my life. I'm good.
We used to get the best stuff from this guy that would rob people all the time, and he was always high on crack or something. He'd show up every morning. He'd show up like at 5 o'clock in the morning with something. And this is back when you didn't have VHS tape players in your house. You could only rent them. And this guy would just show up. He showed up with a gun once, like a 38. $5. Got a 38.
Oh, jeez.
It's a nice one too.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
This is back in like 86, 87.
You could be like Shelby.
Sounds like a Wild West.
Freeze your farts.
Yeah, it's Florida. You know that.
Yeah, well, that sounds about right for Florida, actually.
Hell, I was down there when where I lived. I seen at least 4 shootouts between drug dealers.
Jesus
Christ!
Right in our apartment complex, they had a nice shootout.
Cowboys.
That was crazy. I saw literally a drive-in shoot-in going on, like two cars shooting at each other as they're driving down the road. I was
Should
just
have
sitting
got
on the
pictures for your morgue file.
Right?
I wish. I was 18 then, so
Serious morgue file.
Right?
that was crazy.
Literal morgue file.
I saw Shelby on Pete's show the other night, and he didn't talk about his frozen farts. What the fuck's up with that, man? Why don't you class the place up a little bit?
It wasn't
I was
on the
in
menu.
chat saying, give him the frozen fart story. They wouldn't highlight it.
I don't think I looked at chat one time. I've never been on his show, so I didn't know like what to expect.
Yeah,
Pete's a lot of fun to talk to. I really enjoy talking with Pete.
It was
He's good
best
peeps.
to not say the frozen fart story on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you made the right choice, Shelbs.
He's a lot more professional than most of the people I hang out with, to be honest.
What are you saying?
Yep.
I'm just saying that, you know.
That we're not
We're talking about Samedi, like he doesn't like hers on his show or anything.
Yeah, I have to watch my mouth on his show. I have managed to not drop the F-bomb on his show yet. I've said shit a couple of times. Huh?
I don't go into someone else's house and fart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, it's funny.
I do it outside their front door, so when they open it, it wafts them.
That's right.
Like a wall.
I see.
Right.
You don't bag it, then put it in their freezer for them to find later.
It's a grenade.
He stands out there. He's like, you walked right into that one.
He had a Razor Fist.
That's
on
your
one
fault
time,
for answering the door.
And I think the first words out of Razor Fist's mouth had the F word in it. Like, hey.
Yeah.
But and then Pete had to remind him.
He's like, everybody gets just one on the show, but we're trying to just, and you know, he I think he dropped a couple of more, because Razor Fist kind of talks like I do. I'll drop an F-bomb in casual conversation with anybody and not even realize it. I remember watching that stream. It was pretty funny, but it was a good stream though.
Yeah,
it was good.
But yeah, I like talking with Pete. Pete's good peeps, man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Pete from Digital Webbing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember Shelby too.
Now I remember Digital Webbing as like just comic books. Did they do stuff on like a website as well?
They had a forum, so you would
okay.
And if you remember there for 5 years, that's when I would drop my nudes in there all the time.
Doing the OnlyFans before the OnlyFans, huh?
Yeah, Spread Eagle. It's reference.
I remember the first time
totally. Yeah.
I think the first thing I saw Shelby doing was a very Mark Silvestri style drawing. He had a page of artwork that he was like a sequential page, and it had like a really like he had that tick line going. You know how you do that stroke with a little tick and then it has a little dot at the end? You had a lot of that in your art. And then I remember it. I remember all those artists from way back then.
You know who used to go around there? Dave Finch used to actually go around there quite a bit. He had mentioned him. He had a show. I was talking to him and he was like, he's like, I showed your stuff to Mark and he was interested. And then they said they got a hold of you. And I was like, yeah, Renee did call me. Their internship, though, the pay was terrible. So I didn't take it.
A buddy of mine won the contest they had where it was like.
Yeah, we got on Dave Finch for swiping that one cover from Topi.
It was a recent.
We railed his ass for about a good month.
Oh, the ninja one that he like.
Yeah, the no honor one.
No honor. Yes,
he stole that thing completely from was it Sergio Topi? Whatever his name.
It was a Topi drawing. Yeah. He changed the shoulder pads.
Pardon?
Yeah, he changed the shoulder pads, but everything else was like a straight like trace. Yeah, it was like embarrassing. Yeah.
Damn.
We didn't let up on him for a while.
Yeah,
he came on and admitted it. So.
He needed that, man.
3D assets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Dave Finch did this? Like he stole somebody else's work?
Yeah. You know, here, I'll show you. Hold on. You know what's okay? You know what's
I
funny
had the
about this
book.
conversation?
The Sergio Topi book, and as soon as I saw it, I said, "What the hell is that?"
2 days ago, I actually was showing Noah. Here, wait, where is this at? Let me find this thing.
God damn.
Yeah, I sent Noah.
I never suspect Dave Finch of doing something like that. That's crazy.
No.
Oh, he's done it. He did it a bit too in the Avengers books.
Well, he did it in what was that book he was doing with the guy with the wings for Top Cow?
Ascension.
Yeah, he did it. He did
for
a
Top Cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually the first thing I ever remember reading from Dave Finch was Ascension, and then after that he got on Aphrodite 9.
Aphrodite 9, he was
First thing
tracing
I
a
saw
lot of
was,
Patrick
he
Nagel.
did a rip.
So this is a
half.
common thing. Like you did. God, I used to like Dave Finch too.
Don't blame him now. Don't hold him.
No,
Don't
he's a
hold
good
him to
artist.
it from then.
I love
He's
I
a
love
good
his work.
artist.
Yeah.
Well, he better
but-
be good if he's stealing all these people's work.
Here, let me make
I'm
this
the best.
reasonable.
What is that you're drawing over there? Let me see.
He's the Carlos Mencia of.
He was doing Greg Land
Yeah,
before Greg Land.
every joke that Dave Finch
Greg Land
said,
was tracing like real people though. What did you say, Shelby? I'm sorry, man.
Go for it.
Uh-oh. I think he froze.
Oh, I gotta head out. I gotta go do a meeting real quick. If you guys are still on, I'll try to come back. I'll take it
Thanks
easy.
for coming on, Preston.
Sounds good, man. Always good to see you, Preston.
Yep.
Good to see you.
Check you later. Man.
Am I back? My internet.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're back.
A lot. Yeah, that's the piece. So the left side is Topi, and the right one is that cover
wow.
that Finch did. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he just added the one guy in there. And
Right.
the girl.
So if it's more than half of the piece is a swipe, it's a swipe. I don't care if you add faces and shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a swipe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, down to the hair and like the facial structure
I
and
mean, he did
everything
some
like
different
that.
stuff on the armor,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I mean, he added different stuff in
Negligible.
the background and stuff, but I mean, like the body pose and like the hair in particular is and the headband thing.
Headband,
Yeah.
Even the position of the
he's-
sword, you know,
Yep.
he could have had the sword outwards or in a guard or something like that.
Wow.
Mm.
I mean, it's a beautiful recreation, and I mean, if you're gonna do an homage like that, just put after whoever, like own it.
Yeah, but when you think American kids don't have access to this stuff, you know, because when he did that, it was actually pretty tough to get a hold of some of these books, some of these art books.
Well, I'm an old man, so I already knew about it because I used to buy a lot of like foreign magazines from when I lived in Canada. Used to get a lot.
What's
of
up,
that stuff.
Bancroft? Good to see you, sir.
Hey, what's up, Bancroft?
He says, I have just received a book that I'm led to believe was made by someone on this panel.
Yep.
A
me
person
too.
on this panel did the cover.
Shelby.
And it looks glorious.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Shelby,
Yeah,
your
man.
cover looks glorious.
I got
Simon
mine
Bisley's-
on
Bisley's not here.
Saturday. And I've had several compliments because I took it to work and stuff.
I agree, like-
Shelby's cover got a lot of compliments, and then I looked through the book, and I really like what Jason did with motion and action in his art. I thought that was really, really strong. It'd be a great animated piece, you know.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Jason knocked it out.
I think Shelby knocked it out. I think that's what it is.
And someone on this
What's up,
panel
Hockey?
sent it.
What was that?
Bancroft says, thanks for the assist, Hockey. Absolutely. Hockey doing the good work over there and helping our Australian friends get good shipping on the book.
Doing the Lord's
Yes,
work.
indeed.
Yeah.
I hope you like it,
Hello,
Bancroft.
everyone. I'm Hockey, the Ad Hoc Artist. It is great to be here with you once again.
Welcome, sir. Thank you for being here.
Good to see you, Hockey.
Hey.
Ditto, Rex. Ditto.
I just saw Inkspot's posted in Jonestown that his internet is out, so it's not. He's not going to be joining us.
So my internet's out too. Yeah.
Bancroft is asking, was it printed locally? And, I think it was.
Yep. That was printed in Australia. Hockey did we shipped it, printed it, and I had it go to Hockey. So yeah, it was printed in there.
Your Australian books were printed in Australia?
Yep.
Indeed.
That's a novel idea. That is a good idea to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would probably end up being cheaper that way. A lot cheaper.
I mean, granted, I printed more than ordered, obviously, and then Hockey can even like sell them at a con or show or something. We could split the profit, so it works out. And plus, he can maybe add some on his next campaign if he wants, like a limited print run, split the profit.
Oh, let's don't go overboard here.
I do whatever I want, Rex. I'm out of control.
Okay, that's the way you roll.
I do what I want. I'm out of control.
Bancroft says, so what you're saying is I have the rarest copy.
Yes.
Sounds like
it. Yes, that checks out.
There you go. Treasure it.
The rarest.
Yes. You have the rarest copy in existence.
He has one of a few.
The rarest copy in existence.
The rare Australian version.
Limited print run.
I mean, those are the ones that end up being worth the most. The limited print runs. It's always the way it goes. Always the way it goes.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a little finagling to do because I had to figure out that because obviously Australia doesn't use pound for their paperweight. They use something different. So I kind of had to figure out what was the proper paperweight and whether or not the right stock was for the cover and stuff. So it was a little finagling.
Bancroft says he'll sell it back to you for $500 US, Jason.
Wow.
Oh, damn it. I've already sent the ones up to him. If I'd known Bancroft, we could have gone splits in that one.
Yeah, he's sending me some so I could see if they compare to the ones that I have. If they're dead on, then I know how to do it now, and I could just do this again for another Absolute book.
Getting a pipeline set up. It's the way to do it, man.
Got to keep that $100,000 within CG circulating.
I want that $100,000 in my pocket, Rex.
Yeah.
What's up, Rex? When did you get here?
Yeah, a minute ago.
Good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while.
Good to see you.
I've seen Rex in a coon's age.
What, is Ink Spots here? What the hell?
You're talking about the same raccoon? Jeez, Rex.
You think Rex being old would know that, but
has anybody seen the new Planet of the Apes trailer?
No, they're making another one.
A little bit. Yeah,
it comes out.
Yeah, I think it's 4 or 5 rounds.
Is it a prequel or is it a?
But it was funny because all the apes spoke like Africans.
Oh no!
So I made a joke on Twitter that Hollywood is Hollywood liberals must think all blacks are apes.
Oh no, dude!
Wow. How'd that go?
Nice.
Yeah.
So, how many meltdowns did you witness on Twitter?
Oh, I don't care. I posted it.
It's like I posted it and then I bounced. I don't give a fuck.
I post in Ghost. I don't care what.
That's hilarious.
It's why they won't race swap Tarzan.
Yeah.
They want to, but they can't.
No, you got to post in Ghost.
What's up, old dirty fatty? He says, I received no notification. How dare you start this show? How dare you? Hey, man, 9:15 every Tuesday, either on my channel or Jason's channel.
9:15.
Possibly on Jimmy's later on, perhaps, maybe.
That's funny. You're a funny guy.
Yeah, the professionals are going over.
The professionals are still on?
They were on a little late. And I'm kind
of.
Well, I mean,
it was just Fraga and Aaron and Andy tonight.
Yeah, some of them are at conventions or something.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Shelby, didn't you do C2E2?
Yeah, man.
How'd it go?
Oh, it was awesome, man.
So
It was
you're the
awesome, dude.
snitch.
It was great. Yeah, it was a great show, dude. I'm so glad they guested me. They said I'm going to come back next year too. They put me right up front. They replaced Stan Lee with me. So they have no more Stan Lee, so they put me where they would put him.
Were you the one that read it out, Millen?
Couldn't he
They
make
told
it?
me just do my thing. They said, do your thing.
Somebody
Do your
read it
Shelby
out.
thing.
Are you the white
I'm-
Stan Lee?
Somebody read it out Millen on
Right.
SC2. Everybody thinks it's Scott Kurtz.
Probably.
No, I'm lying. I didn't go to C2. I actually stopped applying to C2 4 years ago. 'Cause
Oh,
I did the show a few years in a row, and then did anything that's read pop.
I thought
I
you.
haven't been
Yeah,
able to get
they
back
don't.
into it for about 5.
Are they the company out of Canada, right? That's been buying up all the fucking conventions.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah, and
they own MegaCon now, don't they?
According to Commie Mark, they also have conventions
I don't know.
in Australia and in England that they
Fuck's
run.
sake.
Yeah, but the way they used to do it was like, I think you'd get 1 or 2 years, and then they would purposefully skip you the following year, and then they would give you like a year between, even if you apply. But I had a run of like 3 years of applying where they just denied me for all their shows. It wasn't even just one. I was like, Emerald denied, New York denied.
Okay, so it's Informa. They operate the Fan Expo group stuff.
Yeah, so I don't really know what's up. Do I care? Not really.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really care.
Sounds like you're caring. You did that stream though, like C2E2 or something. It was like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit. You had Phil Diaz on.
No, it was the Diaz brothers were setting up, man. You didn't stay, did you?
Nah.
They did live. Phil set his phone up. I watched them set up their whole booth.
I
And I
don't
gave
play
them
video
grief.
games, so you know.
No,
I was just marveling at how light those machines were. They were sliding those things around like it was nothing.
They're big boys though, so
Yeah, not bigger than me.
Yeah, they're.
Oh.
I don't think Phil's taller than I am.
He's
But,
he's 6'3", 6'2".
I'm 6'4".
Oh wow, there you go.
Yeah, you might have an inch on Phil. I think you're the same as Brandon. I think Brandon's taller.
It's got moves like Brandon.
All about height with everybody.
I will kick you, Rex. I hate that song.
That did make me
I hate that song because it would play on the radio all the time when I was working at the comic book shop, and I couldn't change the radio station.
Escape it.
I could not escape it. Yes.
Why could you not change it?
I feel your pain.
Because it was the radio station that the owner of the shop chose because it was inoffensive and blah, 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 whatever. Just it's one of those radio stations that played everything, and that song, guaranteed, I would hear that song at least 3 times a weekend.
I got one better. When I worked at the bookstore, to push the CDs that he wanted to sell, and some of them were like children Christmas CDs, you didn't have to hear like 20, 30 times a day, up on the rooftop, click, click, click. Oh, Saint Nick.
Nope.
God.
No, I sure did.
It had like 10 short songs on it, so you got to hear it about 50 times a day. It was pitiful. Oh, Dirty Fatty in the house, and hello, Angela.
Angela. I know all about that.
Angela is asking if I hate it more than Jason's hate for country. I mean, I kind of hate country as well, so yeah.
What's wrong with country?
Garbage.
Country's
You're
good.
garbage.
Listen, I like old bluegrass, and I can listen to some Johnny Cash, but that's about it.
I
Yeah.
like Charlie Daniels. I think that guy could rock.
When you live in
Yeah,
Canada,
I've heard a few things from Charlie Daniels' band.
Canada's
cool
kind of
because,
like country.
Is it?
I think he
Yeah.
opened for Leonard
Time I was
Skinner,
living there.
or he opened for Leonard Skinner. They opened for him or whatever, and one of their guitar players was down, so Charlie Daniels just jumped in with Leonard Skinner and could play their songs. You know, like the guy was a serious musician. You could hear that stuff, but otherwise,
I do like rockabilly. Rockabilly is fun. I like psychobilly better.
Rockabilly's not too bad.
Yeah, when we were kids, we had to watch like Hee Haw and all that crap.
Yeah. Right after
Lord.
You know, I'm an old man. I'm almost 60 years old, so all that stuff is
ingrained.
I mean, but there was better stuff on TV back when you were a kid too. I mean,
wasn't. No,
really, we had 3 channels. We had 3 channels.
I'll be 53 on Saturday, and yeah, we didn't have a lot of choice.
No.
We had ABC, CBS, NBC, and VH.
Maybe PBS.
We had PBS.
Well, we didn't. Yeah. We had PBS, but we had another channel, but it was off the dial. You had to like really tune it really good.
Rabbit ears.
It only came in at nighttime.
Change the channel, son.
More than 2 channels. Good work.
I mean, it was great. PBS was great back then. Doctor Who. You had Women in Prison. That was a great show. A lot of titties.
Yeah, Doctor Who in the Tom Baker days.
Yeah.
I watched some of that last night.
You never heard of Women in Prison?
Nope. No, like can't say that I have.
Show of a bunch of women in prison, and every once in a while you got to see some titties on TV.
What? On PBS?
Oh yeah, in New York. This is when I lived in New York.
Wow.
You know, this is back in like 70, 77,
I'm
78.
truly shocked with that one. Seriously.
Oh, and they also had you ever heard of I, Claudius?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
that sounds vaguely familiar.
It was a British play about one of the emperors of Rome. Oh, lots of titties in that too. Right on PBS.
Oh, well, yeah. That was kind of like
it was like Masterpiece Theater.
Yeah.
They didn't screen any of it. They just play. They're like, fuck it. This is British. There's nothing wrong with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's highbrow stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if we weren't doing that, we were on the rooftop spying on the neighbors while she took her clothes off.
Wow.
Yeah, lots of titties.
Wow.
Yep. Some person says Brian Blessed was in I, Claudius. That's cool.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Hee Haw Honeys. Oh, Lord.
I think Margaret something. She was an old British actress, redhead. She played the mother of I, Claudius, if I'm not mistaken. It was kind of like watching that Caligula movie, but not without the porn, just the naked stuff.
Yeah, I heard that movie is pretty wild.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Well, it was a regular movie.
That's what.
And then they hired the director to
What's
film porn, and then they stuck it in there with the same actors, some of the same actors that was in the regular part of the movie. So they had 2 versions. They had an X version and R-rated version.
To be fair, it's about Caligula, so.
I mean, it tracks for sure. I mean, Caligula, yeah.
That was a terrible movie. Malcolm McDowell.
Old Dirty Fatty says she knew you were watching. And Brian Blessed is worth looking up. Very unique person.
This woman had Pam Grier size titties.
Ooh.
And every night she would just get up right in front of the window and just take our clothes off. We're like 13 years old just staring at her.
I bet you were.
Good for you.
Didn't need more than a few channels with that going on, huh?
Well, no, we lived in New York. We used to go everywhere. We used to walk and ride our bikes for miles. We used to go we lived in Queens, and we'd ride our bikes all the way over to where the Twin Towers was.
Oh, wow.
In Manhattan?
Yeah, but it was across from across from it. And they had the tennis courts right there where they played.
Roland Garros, or?
It was like a covered tennis court. Okay. They had the big matches there at the time. Something Forest Hill, something I can't remember the name. It's been such a long time.
Forest, yeah.
We used to ride our bikes all over the place.
Is that where they have that's where they have the U.S. Open, right? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't remember.
And we went in there and got caught by the security guard.
No.
We ran like we used to drag our dogs behind us everywhere too. I had a little dog, and my friend had a bigger dog, and those dogs would follow us everywhere. My dog could get out of anything. He can climb fences as tall as 16 feet fence. He'll go right up and come right back down.
Houdini?
Jeez.
He would follow me anywhere. One time he got electrocuted on the third rail. We were walking on the railroad track.
Wow.
All of a sudden we just heard and the dog went yip and he flew up in the air. When he came down,
holy hell.
He had a burn spot on his left leg. And he kind of had a little twitch after that. He would kind of walk.
That's right.
He would kind of walk with his butt towards us. When he was happy, it was kind of weird. Yeah, we did all kinds of crazy shit back then. But that's when you could do things and get away with it just because you're having fun. We used to ride on the subway top. You ever do that? Call it subway surfing. We'd get on top of the subway and then we'd ride it in and out of wherever it was going. Like it would ride it into Manhattan.
Hell.
Right
like just on top of the actual train. Jesus, man.
Right on top. Hell, man.
And it seems like a good way to fucking get your head cracked open, like going through one of those tunnels, man. Shit.
A lot of people died from that. When I first came from Canada, it was 1977. I went to my mother lived in the Bronx, and in the summer, the kids used to jump from building to building. Right? We'd run, and then you just jump. And if you didn't know where you were jumping, your ass is grass. And it was a 5-story building.
Fucking hell, man.
And we were crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like you're kind of lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
I used to put playing cards in the spokes of my bicycle.
Did that too.
That's exciting.
We're pretty stupid.
I was originally from Minnesota, so there really isn't any
kids back in the day. I mean,
there's no
put their Mickey Mantle rookie cards in there worth a fortune nowadays.
No shit.
Well, that's the reason why they're worth a fortune these days.
I talked to a guy that put 5 or 6 in his bicycle tire, back in the day.
It was fun back then, though. And this is when they had the blackout in New York.
Like, we didn't have a lot of channels, but the quality of shows, I mean, I don't know. It was just so much fun. And like to bring it around to comic books, like we grew up with Wonder Woman, and they would rerun the Batman show and the old Superman show. And then there would be the Incredible Hulk, which was very well done. And
Spider-Man.
Then they'd have the Bionic duo.
Spider-Man was pretty good.
With Nicholas Hammond, yeah. I mean, that's because they were trying to entertain people back in the day. They were trying to have people be entertained with the stuff that they were watching.
My brother was in that movie, The Warriors.
No way.
Oh yeah,
he was like a big player in that first scene. All the gangs are together.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Yeah, because he had showed me some pictures from when they was doing it, and he showed me pictures from when they were doing King Kong, and they had the big giant mechanical ape at the bottom when it fell. After it fell, they had it all set up on the ground floor.
Yeah,
they had smashed up all the concrete and to make it look like it impacted into the ground. Yeah, he got around. He was only like 15 years old.
That's cool.
Just get on the subway and go places.
Yeah, I mean you could back then.
Yeah, and we had the blackout that year. We had the Son of Sam.
Oh,
that scared the shit out of everybody.
Yeah,
I fucking bet.
Documentaries.
Nobody wanted to go out.
Yeah, you had girls dyeing their hair.
Remember when they had the sniper in DC?
Yeah.
And remember how people used to go to the gas station and then run into their cars? It was kind of like that when the Son of Sam was around.
Jesus, we're just seen the documentaries and stuff. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts.
Wow. The blackout was crazy. I was there when it happened. It was 9:40 something in the morning. It's 9:45 exactly, I think. Boom! Everything just shut off. You just start hearing screaming.
How long did that last?
It didn't last that long. From what I know, it cut off in different places at different times and came back different times.
Oh,
But
hell,
for us,
that's
it was
just
from like,
that's a summer in California here. Fuck. That's
Yeah.
a walk in the park.
oh, well, you should have seen the city, man. We lived right there by the Diamond District. Right, our apartment was just on the other side of the Diamond District. In every store, all the grates were just ripped open, just torn open, and they just went in there and took everything. You know, you'd walk down the street, there's cops everywhere. This is the next day, you're walking down the street, and there's diamonds, there's watches, there's clothes, there's shoes all over the place, and you can't touch a damn thing because the cops are watching you. You can't just pick something up and try to run off with it. We had a
Right
they had
now
a
in San
place called-
Francisco, you can, and there's no cops to stop you.
Yeah, well, yeah, they've gone lawless now.
Can you imagine if a seagull came down and nicked some off the pavement?
In New York, there ain't no seagulls. You got pigeons.
Yeah. Like rats with wings.
That's all they are. It was fun. It was a crazy time then.
Yeah,
They
it fucking sounds like it,
tore
man.
the hell out of the city, though. I mean, it was crazy. You know, you wake up, you go outside, and you just see like fires. You see just smoke coming up off the buildings where they've lit places on fire. Yeah, buildings, windows busted out. People running up and down the street with stuff in their hand. You know, I remember Crazy Eddie was the craziest because we walked past Crazy Eddie, and Crazy Eddie was there, and he had a shotgun, and he was like holding it over a couple of guys that had busted into his place, and they're cleaning up the place. They broke all the glass and everything, and while he was in there, so he held them by shotgun and just like, you motherfuckers are gonna clean this shit up.
I mean, you know, but they never did that shit again.
Share my screen, Luke, if you would. I think you'll find this interesting. Maybe not.
Holy shit! What?
Raven Bode, The Boy
Grace?
Wonder, Dick Gray's Marvelous Pump.
Oh, okay.
Started
Wow.
at 5 cents. Yeah.
What year is that from?
That is from 1930. I mean, I'm sorry, 1903. November
1903. Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
That's like fucking Yellow Kid era.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, man.
That's kind of like how
Rex's first comic.
That's kind of like how Spider-Man's costume came from
Second,
that
but
Halloween
yeah,
costume.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like Doc Savage. He was called Superman before Superman.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
There's of that from my collection too.
I mean, you know, comics originally kind of were born out of the pulp era, man. You know.
This is me collecting back in the day. Here's a picture of me back then. Let me bring it up there. There we go.
Back in 1903.
Well,
When he was only 30.
Oh, okay. 1803. Gotcha. Didn't realize you led the Union Army back then, Rex.
Right.
God damn, dude.
You can get your
comics came like a scroll.
Yeah.
Remove it and unfurl it. And...
So you had to get your stuff out there, even if it was a copy of somebody else's thing. And if whoever wins the race basically wins.
Mm-hmm.
So even though something else existed before called Dick Grayson or Grayson, you know, Brave and the Bold, and DC stole that, nobody's going to remember that.
The majority of DC's characters, they're stable or were characters that they bought from other comic companies.
right. And you could, I mean, I think some of that was probably prescient in the memories of like Stan Lee and other writers, right? They were like, oh, I used to read Dickie Dare, or, you know, and they do a rip or a take on that with the flavor of it.
yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And sometimes they would just like, oh, I remember he was called Superman. I think we'll call him Superman.
Well, Batman was a ripoff of the Shadow.
Oh yeah, he's totally a riff on the Shadow.
Yeah.
You know, he even had a fucking gun when he first started out.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And I've had arguments from people like, oh yeah, but that's not the Batman
That's the Batman that's going to be public domain in the next few years.
Yeah, I'll have him killing everybody. That gun. Pew, pew, pew.
I'm honestly surprised we don't have more shadow stuff out there now. I mean, I know they do the reprints because I had a regular customer that would pick up the square bound shadow reprints of like the little novels or whatever. But I'm honestly surprised we don't have more good shadow stories being made, because I mean he's public domain, right?
Yeah,
has to be. Yeah,
wasn't Dynamite doing
early?
I said good shadow stories, Roy.
I think the character is just a little too outdated.
Shadow Zorro, Conan in the UK is public domain, but it's not here, I guess. I think the Lone Ranger is public domain.
Yeah. They had John Cassidy doing some covers for the Lone Ranger book that they were doing. Dynamite did back in the day. This was a few years ago. Go back to the source material. Tell some good stories with them. You know?
That's what.
But the sensibility of people today wouldn't be accepted.
Fuck people's sensibilities.
Yeah, you got to sell the stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'll find an audience for it, because there are people out there that would like. I actually just got done listening to the Savage Tales of Solomon Kane, and dude, I enjoyed the hell out of those stories. The pulpy nature of them. The way they were constructed, like I don't know, there's something magical about it. That whole time period, like, Doc Savage, Solomon Kane, that whole pulp era. There's something there that there's a quality to those stories that we don't get these days, and I think the right writer could tap into that and people would dig it, But they got to be true to the character.
They got to be true to the source material. I mean, Lovecraft and everything else, like, yeah, you're true to the source material. They'll turn out. Like they did the Lone Ranger movie with Johnny Depp. They fucked that up. If they would have done a good Lone Ranger movie, I bet it would have done a lot better.
That's my favorite. Thanks, more.
Is that Charlie Brown, Ray? Roy?
Yeah,
sorry.
Graybeards was doing a theme Charlie Brown strips.
I love that show.
So I was just doing a draw along, but got kind of bored.
I like how they were depicted at first in the 50s. I like that style. It wasn't as polished. It was cuter, I thought.
Yeah, and Snoopy looked like a real dog.
Yeah, Snoopy looked a lot different.
Pigpen to me is my favorite character, because all kids can identify with being dirty all the time.
Well, see, this is Charlie Brown as Han Solo. You got Linus as Luke, because
there you go.
Leia would be Lucy.
Yeah.
Sister. You got Snoopy as Wookiee, of course.
Of course.
And then you got Sherman as Darth Vader.
Nice. He's the and Lucy's
Thank
the
you.
bitch. And Peppermint
Thank you for getting the joke.
That's good.
Who would have thought that? Who would have known that Sherman was black? He was like one of the only black.
I thought he was in charge of the tanks.
He was the token.
Yeah, he was just a token black guy.
He was.
Yeah, you got to have a token.
I mean, that totally works for Vader, because James Earl Jones voicing Vader.
In the cartoons,
that's funny shit, Roy.
I was trying to figure. I couldn't remember what his head looked like, because I wanted to make the helmet look kind of like the head.
Won't do. We have a token.
I have no idea what his voice sounds like, because I don't think they ever gave him dialogue in the cartoons. It was just like
they did. He was in the Thanksgiving story, the Thanksgiving cartoon.
It's been a while since I've seen that. I usually watch Halloween and Christmas, and then
who? Charlie Brown's voices?
Yeah.
Well, they were real children. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the beginning, I don't know.
They had real kids voicing them.
Original, they were the real children doing those voices.
No, I heard later on Fergie actually was Sally in the later cartoons.
Who's Sally?
That Fergie chick from Black Eyed Peas.
Which one is Sally?
Sally is Charlie Brown's sister.
Was that Sally or?
Or no, wait, is it?
Was it Susie?
I thought it was Sally.
Fuck, I don't remember.
I don't remember her name now.
Now
Yeah,
they
the
have
little blonde
modern
girl.
names like Shaquille.
Yeah, the little blonde girl. That was Charlie Brown's sister.
Yeah, she had a
Oh,
crush
yeah.
on Linus.
She
You know, the
loved
one that
Linus.
lost her shit when she didn't get to go trick or treating, and
He
she
was
just
just
fucking
after his blanket.
unloaded.
Sally
Michael
says Michael.
Sally. Yeah.
I
Okay.
thought it was Sally. Yeah.
Pre-shaky line Schultz says old dirty fatty.
Did you guys ever see? I think it was either one of those parody
Nice
magazines.
link. Love the
They
Phantom.
did a whole thing of Charlie Brown and the characters growing up. Like they would go through eras, like the 60s, 70s. And, you know, Charlie marries Lucy and he's fat and well, he was already bald. And she's just a
Right.
big fat, you know, nagging at him all
He
the time.
never had hair.
He's got a hair. I'll be hating on his hairline. He's got one hair.
I think Schroeder became like
Curly
you know,
Q.
he became like a
Yeah,
big
he's
concert
got that
pianist.
Superman curly Q.
Right.
He fulfilled his dream.
And some person, Howard did study poetry. He was very widely read.
Did Pigpen get killed in Vietnam?
Oh, jeez.
What
Well, this
is
was
this?
like
Is
a-
this Robot Chicken?
No,
What
this
is-
was like a parody in either Crazy Magazine, Cracked, or one of those. And they did like a whole thing where they just
And Marcy and Peppermint Patty were obviously
they became lesbians. They became partners.
I mean, they did that in Robot Chicken as well.
I think they did that in what was it? Family Guy too.
But I'm trying to. I think Schroeder grew up to be like a Liberace type, you know, playing his piano with the sequins and
Right.
Barry Manilow.
yeah.
Yeah, the Robot Chicken also did a Great Pumpkin skit where it came to life and started eating people because
Pumpkin
Linus did some kind of sacrifice.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Never watched any of that.
I saw their Star
The first
Wars
few seasons of Robot Chicken was great. It kind of went off the rails after that.
It's the great dark pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yep. Some person says in Cracked, I think they made one where Charlie Brown kicks Lucy's head off. Jesus.
Yeah, that's what Kelsey did. Kelsey and David Williams both had Lucy getting kicked in the ass and flying through the air.
That's funny.
David did the
Payback.
best one, though. David
Yeah.
did it better because he actually had like a Charlie Brown character, whereas Kelsey's made it
Consequences.
look like a grown man.
Right.
You know, he was all buffed up and jacked up from steroids and he
Oh,
just hoofed,
okay.
hoofed Lucy across the field.
Peanuts movie was really good. Okay, cool.
What, the 3D one?
I'm guessing that's what he's talking about, the 3D one. I didn't see it.
It actually was.
It wasn't too bad, actually. What I remember of it.
Cool. That's cool. I mean, I love the old Peanuts cartoons, like the Halloween one, the Great Pumpkin, and then the Thanksgiving one. Always fun, You knew it was the beginning of the holidays when those were on TV.
Yep. It's kind of weird because like the Christmas one was the only Christmas special, I think, even to this day, to actually say what Christmas is about.
Presents.
Like when Linus says "lights, please," and he talks about, it was really risque even back then to do that because Christmas specials were Rudolph and Santa Claus Goes to Town, and you have that hot guy, cold guy shit that every serial killer watches.
What?
You know that Year
I'm a
Without a
serial
Santa
killer.
Claus with the hot guy and the cold guy, and serial killers watch that. They love that fucking show.
I
I
didn't
don't know
realize there
why.
was a serial killer connection to
There's
interesting.
a serial killer
Okay.
connection to that, yeah. And Rudolph and the blah blah blah. It was Frosty and all that shit. Nothing really had anything to do with from the Christian point of view of what Christmas
Right.
is about. And the Charlie Brown special was really still to this day the only one to just say It's about the birth of the Savior, Jesus Christ. And that was risky back then. And Charles Schultz didn't give a fuck. You know, he put it out.
Well, they were his characters,
and, and so you got to commend him for that. Like, whether you believe or not, I'm not going to get into that, but okay, that shows what kind of person.
I don't know if it was that risky back then.
Back
60,
then,
what was it, 63 when it, or 68? I think that was made.
I don't know.
I was still in Jamaica at that time, so I couldn't tell you. I was a wee child.
Leak says the 3D movie captured the spirit. No modern bullshit. Actually watched it in theaters. That's cool.
All the parents or adults, they're like, that was the sound.
Right. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yeah. Heat Miser and Freeze Meister, and we do love it. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there, old dirty fatty. I got you.
Heat Miser.
I see you.
I don't know what that means.
Serial killers love the.
Every Christmas that comes on, it's like, I don't know. I always call them hot guy, cold guy.
They're the old Rankin Bass.
Stop motion.
Stop motion stuff. They're the same company that did Rudolph and Santa and all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Rankin Bass, same company that eventually did Thundercats, I believe. They were the same production company, at least.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I believe
that's
so.
New. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
the best holidays explanation was Thanksgiving by Rush Limbaugh.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
He went through the whole history of how Thanksgiving came about.
He would read that every year.
Yeah,
on the radio.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. I never knew.
Huh?
Yeah.
Rankin Bass also did The Hobbit back in the day.
Yep.
Which will tell you the start of capitalism.
Yeah, and here's the thing about that was my introduction really to fantasy, was that animated Hobbit cartoon, and it came on every Easter. And I have no fucking idea why it came on every Easter, but it just did, along with this show called Ricky Tikki Tavi.
I remember Ricky Tikki Tavi. I actually have that on a VHS tape somewhere.
It was Jesus approved. That's why it came on.
Yeah, Mongoose.
Yeah.
Let's see. No, Rex, go ahead. I didn't get that.
I said it was Jesus approved. That's why it came on at Easter.
The Hobbit?
He's kidding.
Oh.
Well, it was probably because the guy that created it
he's playing his mind trick on me.
Gotta be careful.
I know.
Wasn't Tolkien like very Christian?
Terrible thing to waste.
I think so.
Yeah.
He was good friends with C.S. Lewis. They used to go down to the pub and have beers together and talk story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Created the Chronicles of Narnia, Aslan.
The Lion, the Witch, the Wardrobe.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Fucking love those books.
Very religious.
Yeah, that was very religious.
He was.
Too, wasn't it?
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The Chronicles of Narnia are allegories.
Yeah.
Tolkien didn't really like allegories, but I mean, there's certain parallels that you can draw. He was more trying to create, fantasy. He was trying to create lore for the English people.
Yeah, he was trying to. I think he was dealing with PTSD from the war.
Also, yes, very much so.
Way to clear up all that crap that was going on.
I think he wrote part of it in the trenches too.
Probably.
Yeah, I think you are correct. So Rankin Bass worked with Toei Animation back in the day.
What's interesting? So like
Miyazaki worked for them.
His first book was The Hobbit, but Lord of the Rings, from what I understand, didn't come out till like 17 years later after The Hobbit. I think it took.
That's also Ralph Bakshi, and if I remember correctly, it was rotoscoped.
After Lord of the Rings came out, he actually went back to edit The Hobbit because he wanted to tie it in more with Lord of the Rings because it was kind of standalone-ish. So he actually went back and
the books,
changed
yes.
Lord of the Rings after changed the Hobbit after the Lord of the Rings came out.
Huh.
Oh.
Hey, that looks really good, Jason.
That stuff.
Thank you.
I mean, the kind of cartoons I was watching was like some crazy stuff back in the days. Like I saw all of
stuff.
No. In Canada, there was a lot of Japanese.
Distributed by Rankin Bass Productions, Thundercats.
Huh.
Sorry, I knew I had heard something about that, so I had to find the information. But yeah, Rankin Bass distributed Thundercats.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
You guys ever heard of Prince Planet?
No.
Yeah, Japanese cartoons from the 60s, 70s. Yeah, it was like, well, you know.
Wait, that wasn't the Little Prince over here, was it?
Oh, Prince Planet.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of like, it would be like, you remember, was it Solar Man? Or Ultraman.
Ultraman, yeah.
It was kind of like an Ultraman, but just a little cartoon instead. I mean, he would do all these crazy hand movements to turn into the character, if I remember right. But we saw a lot of Japanese cartoons in Canada. You know, everything was like, you know, Space Cruiser Yamato.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, G-Man or Gotcha Man.
Gotcha Man! Fucking G-Force, man. Yeah.
I mean, you had just a lot, because whatever they could buy and put on PBS, that's what they put it on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then you have the Canadian cartoons that they mix on Sundays or Saturday morning cartoons with the regular Hanna-Barbera and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of Canadian crap.
We had,
and it was
Super Friends was really good. And now at the Hall of Justice.
Yeah, but
meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
Not compared to what came before it, though. It was a step down, really, from like all the adventure stuff of the 60s, I thought.
Yeah.
That was more exciting, you know. Things blowing up, people being killed, you know.
Rex is like, that shit just wasn't real afterwards.
Yeah, well, I mean, it really wasn't. I mean, because Ted Kennedy came in with legislation trying to supposedly protect our children from violence on TV, and it just ruined cartoons for decades.
I mean, that was kind of one of my
legislation usually does.
That was one of my pet peeves about 90s X-Men and Spider-Man, is that there really wasn't the violence, you know.
No.
Like,
And
Spider-Man never
there's only
punched
so much they could
anybody.
show.
Wolverine never used his claws except on robots and doors.
Right.
And
we should have got the Wolverine that just was badass and was killing and taking names. You know?
Wolverine was never meant to be for children, which of course is why kids gravitated towards him, of course.
Yep. Right.
That's why kids love Deadpool, too.
He can act it out, so I won't have to go do it, you know, with my sister. You know, act it out.
What?
Yeah.
Crazy Rex.
I was crazy.
Crazy.
Rex, calm down.
Part of that.
Jeez, Rex.
You didn't hear anything.
Tolkien apparently told some crazy Santa stories to his kids with illustrations. And speaking of friends of Tolkien, Christopher Lee was a massive metalhead. Yeah, he released a couple of metal albums.
Yeah, he did. And he goes way back to the 70s with this metal. He's not. He wasn't.
Oh yeah,
he was the inspiration for James Bond.
Yep.
Yeah,
he was a fucking badass, man. Well, I believe he was Ian Fleming was his cousin.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they were related.
Yeah, related. Yeah.
Speaking of that, did you guys watch that movie?
Which
Warfare, Ungentlemanly Warfare, or something like that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, no, I've heard it's all right, actually.
Mixed reviews. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had Ian Fleming in
anything
there.
with Henry Cavill in it. He's great.
I like Henry Cavill.
Very handsome man.
I think he was a really good choice for Superman. Honestly, the only problem is they had Zack Snyder fucking directing that shit, and
they had bad scripts. You know.
Well, they also let him construct and orchestrate the universe, which was just a bad fucking call.
Yep.
Like they should have just had him do a Batman movie and had somebody else that actually, knows how to construct story, to construct the universe, the DC EU or whatever it was.
Yeah, he would have screwed up Batman too. So
my opinion, anyway.
I always thought that.
Yeah, but it would have been closer.
Ben Affleck playing Batman, I always thought it was eventual that he would direct, a Batman
he was supposed
movie.
to.
Now
he was supposed to.
Yeah, and he's not a bad director. He's done work I like as a director, and I didn't.
I heard Argo was pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It was good.
That's what I heard. Yeah, and I was initially laughing at him being cast as Batman, but once seeing him actually portray Batman and like that scene where he finally gets to be Batman and like throw down against those thugs in that warehouse, like that was pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
like he was actually intimidating as this vigilante that's beating the shit out of people.
Yeah.
He's a big fucking guy, dude.
Yeah, he's 6'3".
Yeah,
we went from that to fucking scrawny ass Pattinson. Like, really? Yeah. I'm supposed to be intimidated by Robert Pattinson? Fuck out of here.
Well, I mean, I could suspend that it being a year one type story, but people coming back going, "Oh, we got the Batman we always expected. It's he's a detective." No, throughout the whole movie, people are giving him clues to figure things out. How is he detecting?
Thank you,
They
Rex.
just like the concept of we finally got a Batman that's going to play the detective side of Batman,
and he was bad at it. He was a bad detective.
He was bad at it, and it was poorly written.
He was a bad man, not a Batman.
Oh God!
God, that movie is so overrated. There's people that say it's the best Batman movie ever. It's like I'll take a Mask.
Have you ever seen another?
Yeah, Mask of the Phantasm is a fucking great Batman flick. I saw that Christmas Day with my dad. My dad took me to the theater on Christmas Day to go see that shit, and we both enjoyed it.
I like the ripoff they did of Iron Man. Remember when Iron Man was out of the cave in the first movie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Basically what they did in Batman when he was coming after those punks and at the subway when they were beating up the Asian guy.
Is this in the Batman?
Yeah, it's an allegory for Asian hate.
As he's coming out of the shadows, I'm thinking, and the sound, and he steps out. It's just like Iron Man when he steps out of that
right.
cave. I was getting ready for the flamethrowers, and it's like, when's he
that first Iron Man flick still holds up, man. Oh, I still like that first Iron Man movie.
Yeah, I watch that almost every year. It's like people always
say, "What's up, Jelly Green?"
Classic. It was so Jelly Green.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with the movie is what they stopped doing with all these movies is they don't pick like with Iron Man and I think even Captain America, they picked a genre and then they stuck the superheroes in it.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas now
that's why Winter Soldier worked so well. They made it a fucking spy thriller. Fucking love that movie.
That was great. That's a great movie.
It really is. Jelly Green says he's reading One Stormy Night right now, Jason.
Yeah. Wasn't Falcon
it'll take you a while.
What's that, Rex?
Nothing.
No, go ahead.
You're saying something about the Falcon and the Snowman?
Yeah, I said, wasn't Falcon a token black in that one? Just asking.
Not really.
I wouldn't say he was an actual character. He had his own motivations.
He's his own hero in his own right. So
seriously.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it was a very good introduction to that.
Now making him Captain America like they're trying to do is
that's retarded.
Yeah.
Yes. 100% agree.
With our characters, do you even know what's canon with these characters? Have you read a comic?
Listen, Marvel canon stopped around like 2010. So
2009 when Disney bought them.
Marvel canon stopped when I stopped reading it, which was around 2001. Whatever happened after that, I don't care.
That's right.
Whatever happened after that is fucking, it's fanfic.
Captain America and all Hydra.
It stopped with Dan Slott in that Fateful comic. Was it one whatever night One
more day.
One more.
Yeah, that
day,
wasn't
like
that was a Casada choice to do that.
Was that?
I blame Casada for that shit.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Pretty much all shit all over.
I order
Stern's
that when I
run.
go to Taco Bell. I have a costada and a costito and a.
You're a funny guy, Rex. Never heard that joke.
Yeah, never. It's,
the only thing I do with Marvel
Right,
Comics
very,
and
very,
these
very punny,
days,
very punny.
I keep track of the
anything
costumes. That's about all I do, just so I can draw them. That's it. I don't care about their stories and what they're doing. I gave up on it a long time ago. I gave up on that, just like I gave up on football and baseball and all that crap. Once they started adding too many stupid rules, I was like, I don't need to watch this crap anymore.
Yeah,
I don't need to read these books.
I've
these
got my, I've got all my old stuff that I can just go back and reread. I don't need to watch or read the desecration of these characters that by people that clearly don't care.
Hell, I got books from the 80s I've never even knew existed.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had stopped reading back in the 80s and came back in the 90s. So there's a whole decade I barely read. I think I got up to 83.
Well, they're trying to rehash stories from the 80s, and they're doing it wrong. I think when the previous guy who did Amazing Spider-Man was trying to rehash
Craven's Last
Hunt, and he just botched the ending. And
what do women know about writing comics?
He called Craven Mr. Toxic Masculinity. I mean,
what do women know about writing comics?
I mean, Wheezy Simonson knew what the fuck she was doing.
Yeah, gender.
She might have, but might have been.
And Nocenti wrote some good shit too.
She had a good Daredevil run.
Yeah,
she had a good Daredevil.
That fucking long shot miniseries was a hell of a lot of fun too, with Art Adams doing the artwork on it. That was his first breakout gig.
Like I said, man, what do women know about writing comics?
Yeah,
wow. A couple.
And that's about it. Those
couple of samples is not.
I knew enough to birth you out the canal, so
it doesn't prove anything. It's like it's like the
I don't
guys
know.
in porn.
Or was that Will?
The specific guys in porn, they've been around forever, right? Because they can do the job. That's those two ladies from comics. They can do the job. Why haven't there been other ones in between that time?
I mean, I remember reading the beginning of Monstrous. Marjorie M. Liu. She did pretty good.
I don't know what that is.
It's an indie book from.
I'm only talking
we just
about
lost Jason.
mainstream. I'm talking about handling Superman, Spider-Man, Batman. Those guys you got to be able to handle. You got to be able to handle those characters properly. And the only way you can handle them is if you're a guy, because only guys understand what. That kind of storytelling. We're not girls playing with Barbie dolls. We don't want to become.
We don't want to. It is primarily, male oriented, right?
Well, it's not even that it's male oriented. It's the mindset.
This goes back to.
Men don't play with dolls or whatever and say,
like G.I. Joe.
They need to be like me.
Yeah, we do. We try and emulate that character.
Yeah, hit the wrong button.
Women do that. So when women take over things, the first thing they do is make them like them. That's why you get a lot of coffee shops and all the crap everybody's complaining about, how they're like gay and they're going to coffee shops. They're always in a coffee shop. They're always on their phone on these comics. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's women writers. What do you expect?
Well, I don't know about that, but it's definitely a generational thing.
I mean, it ain't just the women writers, man. Like the dudes are writing them like that too. It's
like I said,
become popular to write characters like that, and it's piss poor storytelling.
Those aren't men; those are males. It's a difference.
There is a difference, yeah.
Yeah, you're a male. That doesn't make you a man. Yeah. If you sit down to pee, you're a man. You're not a man. You're a male. Might as well just call you female. Why are you sitting down to pee? Come on.
I think another run. So so back in the 80s, they had this Fantastic Four versus the X-Men run.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Series, fucking awesome, right? So they tried the same thing just a few years ago, and your boy Zach is going like, "Oh, it's a fucking great comic. It's great." So I finally.
It was Will's.
Yeah, it was
okay.
Will's.
And I bought it, and it was the most boring, Fuck it. There were no fights. I don't think there was one fight in the 4 issues. So, like it was
a female writer?
Mind-numbingly dull. I'm just like,
Was it a
where's
female
the
writer?
It's a female writer.
I think they
Listen,
did
I
in
can spot female
2018.
writers on anything now. The other day, my son and I were watching, I forget what show it was, and they did something in the show. I said, I guarantee you a woman wrote this fucking thing. Looked it up. Sure enough, woman. There was some scenes in there that just said, this is a woman. Because only women think about this kind of crap. And I think it was Last of Us. Like,
I don't know. It could have been Neil Druckmann writing that. He's shitty.
Well, I don't know who that is. I'm just saying, anytime I see something weird, like what was that? Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
I actually like that movie.
The remake?
Well, the movie anyway. I like. I've not seen the TV show. The TV show seems unnecessary.
We tried to watch it, and we got like one episode in, and I was like, there aren't a lot of restaurants in this. I said, this sounds like a woman writer. Sure enough, woman writer. I was like, this whole restaurant thing is just like, that's just the woman thing. I like to sit around yapping in restaurants. It's like, that's not a guy. Guys don't sit around.
That's all it is. No.
We don't shop. We just go in and buy shit. We don't hang around.
Oh, a perfect example is that in Bullet when he goes in that little store to get his frozen dinners. He's just like not even looking. He's just stacking the stuff up. I just grabbed so many it doesn't matter to him.
Exactly.
What he eats,
I don't care. I go in there, I grab whatever, and I'm out.
I just eat because I have to. It's not.
Then I got to hunt down my wife because she's wandering around the fucking aisles looking at shit. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Keeps you on your toes.
But, nah. Yeah, we don't need that in our entertainment.
Keeps her in
they
the
just ruin it.
In the laundry.
Well, I mean, I want adventure. I mean, that's what I'm looking for with stories like this. Adventure, excitement. I mean, there can be character building moments. What?
Sorry, you set it up. I said a Jedi creates not these things.
Right.
So back Devil Flyer today on Fun My Comic.
Never said I was a Jedi.
I know.
Yeah.
Excitement, adventure, Jedi.
I got you. Yeah.
Sorry.
All good. Oh shit! We've been going for 2 hours and 45 minutes here, so I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Shelby showed up early.
Hopefully, it all flips back eventually because the pendulum usually swings both ways. So hopefully, it all.
Oh yeah.
Back.
Just like Rex.
No, we'll see.
Rex always swings to the left.
Yeah.
It never goes all the way back, but hopefully, it goes back far enough that it's entertaining again.
With ESG,
where's my Trevor say?
I just lettered like.
I mean, the head of BlackRock even admitted.
Oh, I thought that was a silent comic, Shelby.
They're losing money and they don't give a shit.
No, they don't care.
One snowy night.
Tax write-off.
Yeah.
It's not even. What is the price of social engineering? You think they care?
People's retirement, so
they don't care.
Yeah.
I'm sure Bernie Madoff didn't care. Who cared about all these people that he was defrauding? They don't care.
Right.
To them, it's just like you're giving us money, and we're going to use it to socially engineer all this societal change to the way we want it.
Well, that's the bite, right? They took money that we entrusted with them and paid, and then they turned it against us.
Right.
But you got to wonder though.
Stop giving them money.
What is the ultimate end game?
To sway the opinion of the future, clearly.
Populate the earth with 500 people. Elite.
They're
not elites, they're parasites. Let's get the terminology right.
Your mother
Stop
was a snowblower.
Destroy the white man.
I always find it has something to do with sex. There's always a sexual component to all these people. It's always something weird. Some kind of child,
Yeah, I hear you.
Always something in there. Because there's no reason to push this whole transsexual stuff unless you want to get a hold of children. There's no reason to knock down the age of consent unless you want grown-ups getting their hold of children. Yeah. There's always some kind of child thing going on here.
Yeah.
Always some weird.
Leave the kids alone.
We want to get a hold of kids stuff.
Moloch sacrifice. Yes.
Nah, I'm not gonna go into all that stuff. I'm talking serious, real stuff.
Oh, okay.
Even though that was, with what was his name, Alex Jones, going out there and actually exposing.
Alex Jones, Bohemian Grove,
I mean, he said it was true, and it turned out to be true. So, who knows?
Yeah. What's up, Maromi? How's it going, man?
Maromi.
Yeah. What's the
well, and also medical tyranny. If you're constantly having to take drugs, you've got to constantly buy those drugs to keep the changes that are made. It's the end goal, I believe, is to enslave people. That is my opinion.
You heard what they just did recently, right?
Is a thing.
They just said that they just put an edict out that health insurance has to cover trans medical.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're trying to bilk the insurance companies. The same thing that they do to everybody else. That's why they want everybody to have health insurance so they can just the medical thing can milk. Yeah. Well, I mean, then that way they can milk health insurance, and people that can't afford health insurance, well, then they're just straight fucked, aren't they?
I don't drink milk.
I think the end game is to. You remember that movie?
I have to.
Before what's his face became Batman, what was it?
I have to drink milk.
It was like a dystopian future. Christian Bale was in it.
Equilibrium?
Yeah.
Equilibrium.
Where everybody's all drugged up.
Yep.
And they're all like,
a drug population is easier to control.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the streets of San Francisco and the videos of people just staggering around. They don't even know what planet they're on.
No,
this is true.
No fun. You can't have art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can't
enjoy your life.
I mean, Jerry Seinfeld just talked about the death of comedy, with all this shit. And there's articles now saying, oh, he's wrong. It's like the guy's been a stand-up for over 40 years. He's a fucking billionaire. It's like, I think he knows something about comedy that you're little fucking
funny.
I don't think he's funny.
Seinfeld just produced a new movie coming out.
Netflix.
About Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, about the Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
On Netflix.
Interesting.
Because I think the guy that created Pop-Tarts died this year. He was like 90-something.
Why don't they double frost this Pop-Tarts? Both sides. Why can't they do that?
Because they scorch in the toaster.
No, that wouldn't scorch them in the toaster. What are you talking about? If you frost both sides of the Pop-Tart, it's going to warm up both sides. The one side doesn't burn in the...
Pop-Tarts aren't real food anyway. They're food-like products.
I'm just curious as to why they can't frost both sides.
You guys better watch your mouth.
Hey, Shelby, I'm on your side here, okay? I'm trying to help you out with the frosting, okay?
Oh, my God.
Frosting both
Pure
sides.
Poison.
Tell me that
Delicious,
doesn't sound good, Shelby.
Delicious poison.
Yeah,
they should frost.
Thank you.
Yeah, but the problem is they would take... Little kids would burn their fingers, Jason. That's the problem. Because have you ever touched the top after it pops out?
Then the double-sided ones are for adults only. Then
I never toast them. I just eat them out of the fucking wrapper.
How the hell are you supposed to learn not to touch fire if you don't get burned every once in a while?
No, you gotta break off the edges of them so you don't get any of that pastry crap, and then you eat the frosting with the filling. It's delicious.
Jason just eats the muffin tops. He leaves the rest for the homeless.
Yeah,
he just sucks the filling out of a Twinkie and tosses.
I suck it real good.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never.
See, Maromi's saying the toaster would burn the frosting on the other side.
No, it would. It doesn't burn the frosting on the one side though.
I agree with Jason about it. It's just it's not cost effective, Jason.
They're making enough money. They can
on 18 of them.
We need to get the Mythbusters on this one.
They're not around anymore.
Why would they not?
Double frosted Pop-Tarts are a sign of the end times because we need another one of those. Micronova and the polar shift, 12,000-year Earth disaster is almost up, and that's why they're so overt about what they do now, in my opinion, says Mike. Oh, damn. What are we saying, Roy? Sorry.
I think they do it just because you're going to make a sandwich.
Like a
Pop-Tarts?
Yeah. Think about it.
It's not too bad, but then you get double the pastry, though.
Woman must have wrote that.
If you put the Pop-Tarts in, you're gonna put some marshmallows or stuff in between, like a whatever you call
That
it.
sounds delicious.
Like a marshmallow fluff
Like a
sandwich.
s'mores.
Yeah.
Isn't it a s'mores?
That'd be like a
They
s'more,
make
yeah.
s'mores pop.
I got
They make.
I got s'mores pop tart. I'm gonna go make a couple.
Wait a minute,
right
Shelby.
now.
Hold on. Make two.
diabetes?
Hold on. Make 2 s'mores pop tarts, then put the fluff in between the 2 s'mores pop tarts, so you have double the fluff.
Well, you don't
on
need
the
any
s'mores.
more of the
can't-
frosting on the
I
inside.
can't touch.
And then
I
cover
can't
it in
touch fluff.
chocolate
My
syrup.
daughter will yell at me.
And then fucking deep fry the fucking thing for the
Have her
complete
make it.
coronary.
Have her make it.
All right, I'm gonna go fire up the deep fryer. I'm gonna make a few of these. I'm gonna make
Yeah,
some,
they sound delicious. Tell me if they're good.
some deep fried
Let me know.
double.
Let me know how they
fluff.
are. Those sound delicious.
Oh Lord.
Never put a
Yeah.
frozen Pop-Tart in a deep fryer.
You guys can
Yep,
start making
bad
fun
idea.
of me right now for my house fire.
Right. All right, I'm calling an end to this stream. I want to thank everybody for coming to hang out. I appreciate the chat being here, and we will see you next time. It'll be on Jason's channel, and yeah. So thanks everybody for being here, and we will see you later. Bye.
Take care, guys.
fucking job. Thank you very much. Get fucked up. Have a good time. Cheers.
We're the all singing, all dancing crowd of the world.
When your music sucks and you're an asshole.